following is a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited.
Wetumpka Indians play right here. Welcome to the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network and the RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty pregame show, sponsored in part by Collier Ford, Central Alabama Community College, RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, Baptist Health and Baptist Ortho Now, the City of Wetumpka, Central Access, Russell Do-It Center, State Farm Agent Jackson Hagan, Wharf Casual Seafood, First Community Bank, Montgomery Fire Equipment Company, CAC Adult Learning, and Precision Floor Care.
Well, it's been a busy time for Wetumpka basketball, and it continues here tonight as the Wetumpka Indians take on the Prattville Lions for the second time this season. For the girls, it's the third time actually for this boys team. First, we've got the girls coming up. I'm Gavin Baxley alongside Chandler Ward. And Chandler, both of these teams for the boys and the girls have had multiple games in a row now that they have been able to dominate. This girls team averaging about a 40-point margin of victory over the last 4 games that they have played and won. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now. But this Prattville team, one of the only true tests that this team has really faced so far. They fell short to Prattville 62-48 back in November. Now they're looking to avenge that loss here today. And you always go into this with a little bit more pressure when you know this team has already beaten you. Got to be a little extra motivation here tonight for this team.
Absolutely, Gavin. It's got to put a lot of motivation on this girls team especially. I know the boys actually had their revenge on the Prattville boys team in the Pelham Turkey Bowl, so props to them for that. But this girls team is definitely going to come in here with some extra motivation, some extra let's go get them, and let's finally show this Prattville girls team that we're better than they think we are.
Well, the Indians enter with a 10-2 record under Coach Winchester and a 4-game winning streak. Prattville, on the other hand, they've had a strong year as well. The 7A team sits at 9-3 so far for this girls team. They've got a pretty small roster, though, and that always makes it a little bit tougher on teams when you kind of lack that depth, because it seems like to me, Chandler, that you can end up having some of your girls get a little bit tired as the game rolls on.
Absolutely. We've got plenty of girls over at this Wetumpka team, so plenty of times where you can just sub in, send a full team in there and have everyone come out rested and send them straight back out. But with the Prattville Lions, they've only got just a couple less players than the Wetumpka Indians, so they've got less to work with, and they've got a lot more that they've got to keep running in them.
Not as many players on the floor or on the bench for Prattville as the Indians have, but plenty of talent on both teams here tonight. Should be a fun matchup. We've got more to come on the RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty pregame show when we return. It's the Wetumpka Indians and the Prattville Lions on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more. When it comes to real estate in the River region, trust the team that puts you first. Chad Barrett, Beverly Wright, and Kathy Thornton. With experience, dedication, and a commitment to making every move smooth, they're here to guide you whether you're buying, selling, or investing. Together at RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, they're the names families across our community count on. Call today and let Chad, Beverly, or Kathy help with your next move.
Safety starts with Montgomery Fire Equipment Company. From inspections and extinguisher service to full fire suppression systems, businesses across Alabama trust our team to protect what matters most. And now, we're hiring. We're looking for new fire technicians to join our team. If you're hardworking and ready to make a difference, this is your chance. Montgomery Fire Equipment, protecting people, property, and progress.
Christmas is coming fast, and Russell Do-It Centers and Building Supply is celebrating with a huge holiday giveaway you won't want to miss. Now through December 19th, visit any Russell Do-It Center or Russell Building Supply locations and enter for your chance to win. Every in-store registration puts you in the running for a $100 gift card, and one lucky winner will take home the grand prize, a $1,000 shopping spree. It's Russell's way of saying thank you to the community. Stop in, sign up, and enjoy the season.
In Wetumpka, we take pride in our hometown, and so does Brent Turner, owner of Precision Floor Care. A Wetumpka graduate and now a local small business owner, Brent built Precision Floor Care on a commitment to serve his community. From tile and grout work to stone, pavers, and concrete, Precision Floor Care delivers precise, hard surface flooring solutions that protect the places that matter most. Precision Floor Care, precise, hard surface flooring solutions. Learn more at callpfc.com.
Protect what matters most with State Farm agent Jackson Hagan in Wetumpka. From auto and home to life insurance, Jackson Hagan and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Jackson Hagan understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trusted a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there. Call 334-478-3864 for a quote today.
Both teams on the floor getting warmed up now. It's the Indians and the Lions here this evening at Prattville High School. Again, these two teams faced off back in November, where Prattville got a 62-48 win over the Indians. And in that game, Wetumpka kind of struggled a little bit. They did have multiple people with double-digit points. Leah Humphrey ended up with 12, so did Lexi Smith. Maya Richardson finished with 10 as well. But there were others that struggled that typically don't. And that brings us to tonight's keys to the game. Something that I think we want to look out for here is going to be this team being able to spread the ball around, see multiple people with it. But I know there are other important things. What are your keys to the game here tonight, Chandler?
Well, Gavin, I'm going to have one very important one, and that is going to be capitalizing off of second chances. Now, Queen Ballard is going to be your front woman for that with her rebound domination there. She's averaging 11 rebounds a game and 13 points a game, which is giving her a double-double in each game. Now, Queen Ballard is going to have to make sure she's getting these rebounds like she's been getting and giving these Wetumpka Indians some second-chance points. Yeah, it's 12 points a game and 14 rebounds a game. And it is interesting with her because it does seem to come from those misses. She sometimes is missing on her own there, but she makes sure that she's the one who ends up getting multiple chances there. She may not make it on the first attempt, but she's always the one there under the basket that seems to have a big impact. Someone else that I think is going to be big as we continue our keys to the game, brought to you by RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty. Lexi Smith, just a few nights ago, really stepped up going into that game against Marbury. A 77-9 win over the Bulldogs, one of the biggest blowouts I have seen in my broadcasting career for Wetumpka. But Lexi coming in, a transfer from Edgewood, finished with 12 points on the night, went into halftime with a double-double. And the conversation that Mitch and myself had going into that was, how does Lexi adjust to the faster-paced play of 6A? She's transferring from AISA Edgewood, which, no disrespect to the Wildcats, but it is a faster-paced game when you get into the 6A level, and she seemed to figure it out quite well. 11 steals in that game, had 10 of them in that first half that really solidified the win. I would imagine, Chandler, that she's going to have a big impact here tonight. Absolutely, Gavin. Lexi Smith is that defensive player that you're going to want to look for almost every game. Her and Layla Culpepper are both great defensive players and great offensive players. They know how to have that hustle in them, especially because they have Coach Rogers assisting them on this team. I know he's got them running a bunch, and that hustle is something that pays off. Now, Lexi Smith, like you were saying, a great defender, and she's going to make sure she keeps that hustle going and those steals going. She's a great player overall, and I'm super excited to see what she has in for us tonight.
A lot of great players on this Indians team that are ready to get underway. We're just a couple minutes away from tip-off. Let's pause for station identification and get ready for tip-off between the Indians and the Lions on the Wetumpka Sports Network.
105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. From Radio Alabama Sports, this is the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Wetumpka basketball is presented by Collier Ford. Come on to Collier Ford. Proudly serving the River region for nearly 75 years. Online at collierfordinc.com. RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus. Kathy Thornton, Chad Barrett, and Beverly Wright are your River region real estate experts. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success. Baptist Health, the official healthcare provider of the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Your health is our mission. Online at baptistfirst.org and the City of Wetumpka.
Just about ready for tip-off. Gavin Baxley here alongside Chandler Ward. And it's now time for our starting lineups, brought to you by First Community Bank. For the Indians, it'll be Aaliyah Humphrey who will take the floor alongside the freshman Maya Richardson. Look out for Layla Culpepper as well. She got hot on Monday in that one. Logan Banks will be on the floor as well, and Queen Ballard, who we focused on in the pregame, will round out the starting lineup for this Indians team. The senior power forward will be ready to go. We're getting ready for our national anthem. We'll let you listen in, and then we'll tell you about who will be on the floor for the Lions.
Presented by the Prattville High School Junior ROTC.
That's your starting line or your national anthem, and we continue our starting lineups now as we look at Prattville. We don't have their official lineup, but with such a small roster, we'll go through who we could see on the floor here today. Jada Lewis will be playing for the Lions with the number 2 jersey tonight. Destiny Carroll, along with Danica Lewis, Marissa Sebon, Keely Mullins, Diana Lewis, Deborah Lewis, and it'll be Anesti Wyatt and Cyan Tatum who make up the roster for the Lions, who sit at 9-3 right now going into tonight's matchup. Again, the Indians with Coach Winchester 10-2 so far, and they are hoping to get another one here tonight. Again, the last few matchups all have been blowouts. 60-37 against Tallahassee, 63-13 with Elmore County, 58-22 against Chilton County, and 77-9 against Marbury just a few days ago. They've got Prattville today, Tallahassee tomorrow, and then they get on the road again for another tournament on their schedule. This Indians team continues to stay busy throughout this season. They will head out to their tournament against Trinity in Montgomery. They'll have a few other teams involved with that as well, but the Trinity Christmas tournament takes place from December 18th to 20th, while the boys will be at the Spain Park Classic. We'll tell you more about that later. The next home game for this Indians team will be Percy Julian on January 6th. That will tip off area play for the Indians, as they hope to once again find themselves in the postseason as they did just a year ago. Both teams getting ready to come to the floor now. The Indians are ready to roll. They're all in their black jerseys with a sprinkle of gold on them here today. They've got the Lady Indians block lettering on them written in gold with the white numbering on the jerseys. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they've got their white uniforms on with black stripes with a little bit of a red trim, and the Prattville lettering on the front with maroon-colored numbers on the front of the jersey. Note, they do have names on the back of them, but it doesn't say their names. It says Lady Lions. So it is the Lady Lions and the Lady Indians getting ready to tip off. Aaliyah Humphrey is lined up for the tip-off here, and she will go up against Diana Lewis as we get ready for tonight's girls matchup between Wetumpka and Prattville. Referees getting their final checks. Everybody seems to be good to go. Whistle blown, and we are underway. Prattville will win the jump ball, driving inside quickly is Keely Mullins, and she immediately lays one in to take a 2-0 lead just 5 seconds into the ball game. Wetumpka trying to answer after the quick score. Richardson will pass inside to Banks. Banks looking for some help. She finds someone on the wing who stumbles. It was Aaliyah Humphrey who passed it back to Banks. Banks pulls a jumper that misses, and a rebound by Danica Lewis. Prattville coming back down. Mullins trying to Euro step inside the paint. She'll lay one in again, and a quick 4-0 lead for Prattville. Wetumpka wants to slow things down after giving up 2 quick buckets to Prattville, who's already got the momentum at home. Humphrey will try and drive, kicks back out. Wing 3 from Richardson off the mark, and Prattville will let it go out of bounds and take back possession.
And a great look there from Aaliyah Humphrey. You know, you're always going to look for Maya Richardson there, as she is the Indians' best three-point shooter on the team.
And a bit of a struggle for the Indians shooting from 3 over the last couple of games. They already trail by 4 here after the first minute of play, as Prattville will take a chance from 3 as Deborah Lewis pulls it. She can't make it. Fighting for the rebound here. Whistle blown by the referee and a jump ball called. Trying to see which way the possession arrow goes here. We don't have a good look at it, but Wetumpka appears to have gotten the favor out of it. Referees are discussing something for a moment here as they fix the possession arrow. Now we've got it all sorted out. Aaliyah Humphrey will inbound for the Indians after forcing a big turnover there. We're a minute 20 in. Wetumpka has yet to score, and it's 4-0 Prattville. Maya Richardson drove in. She'll pass over to Banks. Banks pulls a contested jumper and draws a foul. Foul went against Keely Mullins, and Banks will have a chance at 2 free throws here. First free throw from Banks will not go. This gym is a little bit different than what you would normally see. We're currently on a stage. It's more of an auditorium than it is a basketball gym, as Banks misses the second free throw as well. The stands are all on one side opposite of us. Banks was just shooting in the same side that the Prattville student section was in, which makes it a little bit tougher. Prattville with it now. They will pull a jumper from mid-range. Danica Lewis gets it to go and makes it 6-0 here early on.
Indians are going to have to step up here on their defense if they're going to want to have a chance here tonight.
Maya Richardson will drive inside. Underhand layup that misses. And Ballard had a chance at a rebound. It was ripped away. And they say possession going to Prattville after a foul called against Queen Ballard. Ballard with her first foul of the night. That's the first one called against the Indians so far. We're 2 minutes in. It's 6-0 Prattville. Lions looking to extend it here with Lewis, who tried to drive down, couldn't find any room. Now a corner three that was tipped, I believe. And Wetumpka was able to get a stop. Boy, that was an interesting look. Diana Lewis was in the near corner. She pulled a three, and someone just got a finger on it there at the last moment. Wetumpka had a chance in transition. It did get knocked out of bounds on their way to the basket, and Prattville has possession again here. Back up top, Deborah Lewis trying to pass. It is deflected and knocked out of bounds.
I will point out, Gavin, the Indians are not playing their normal full court pressure here tonight, playing a zone actually, so little questionable there, but let's see what they got in store.
Wetumpka still trailing by 6 here as Ballard had a look inside. They tried to pass it to her, and it was deflected out of bounds. Wetumpka does retain possession, though. Last touched by the Lions. 5:15 left to go in this first quarter. Layla Culpepper's had some impressive defense so far, but the Indians cannot seem to get any offense going. Ballard under the basket, and boy, she just shoved one of the defenders there and is easily called for the charge.
Got to watch it there, picking up her second foul with only 2 minutes, 2 minutes 49 seconds taken off this clock. So Ballard's got to tone it down there just a little bit.
Yeah, called for her second this early on. Somebody who's going to be really important, especially in the post. She will have to come out of the game here early on. Against Prattville, last time she had just 7 points. It was one of her lowest performances of the season. Prattville had a look under the basket there with Danica Lewis. She had her shot knocked away, went out of bounds. Prattville still has possession. 4:57 to go in this first quarter. Lions with a look again. Mullins will try and take one from the baseline. Misses. Rebound from Lewis wouldn't go either. And here comes Layla Culpepper coast to coast after the board. She will take a couple hop steps, miss the layup, and Prattville now will try and come back down. Mullins slows things up after what looked to be a fast break opportunity. She'll pass to Lewis back at the logo. Now looking inside, Carroll under the basket. She lost control of it as she tried to get the pass and went out of bounds.
A little bit of a lucky play there for the Indians. It was a little bit of a mismatch there for Aaliyah Humphrey, but lucked out with that slip up, and it's going to go the Indians' way.
Substitution for Prattville. Jada Lewis will come onto the floor for the Lions. Wetumpka continuing with the same lineup they've had, except Queen Ballard came out of the game. Lexi Smith entered earlier. Still looking for those first points now as a jumper from the baseline from Aaliyah Humphrey draws a foul. Already had one trip to the line earlier, did this Indians team, and went 0 for 2. Aaliyah Humphrey looking to try and put Wetumpka on the scoreboard here as we're almost halfway through this first quarter. Humphrey can't get the roll to go on the first effort. She'll try one more time. Still with a goose egg on the board. Humphrey misses both. Just cannot seem to get any points here as Prattville comes away with the board. Diana Lewis picked it up. Now Mullins racing down. Mullins will try and drive inside. Euro step misses. Got her own board. Goes back up and puts it in. 8-0 now, Prattville. 4 minutes into this first quarter. Richardson for the Indians. She'll pass over to Humphrey. Directing traffic a little bit as here comes Banks with a pick. She'll give it right back to Banks, who looks now for Culpepper. Pulling a shot there from the baseline. She makes a jumper, and Wetumpka finally on the board after 4 minutes and 20 seconds of play. It's 8-2. Prattville looking for an answer from it quickly, and they find it. Danica Lewis under the basket there, puts it in. 10-2 Lions. Humphrey for Wetumpka. Bounce pass. There she gave it to Banks, gave it right back to Humphrey as she drove inside. But just was a little out of control and gets called for a charge. Multiple times that we have seen this Indians team now get called for charges. Prattville looking now for Danica Lewis again in the paint. She can't get a bucket, but again comes away with her own board, tries to underhand put it in, and drew a foul in the process. That one went against Aaliyah Humphrey. Again, that's two players now. Oh, check that. Humphrey did not get called for it. It was Logan Banks who was called for the foul. Banks has one. Queen Ballard has two at the moment. The first free throw is missed for Prattville. Lions with Danica Lewis off the mark on both. A scramble for the board as it's on the ground here. Prattville somehow coming away with it. Maybe. Finally they pick it up. Jada Lewis has it for the Lions and has her shot contested by Logan Banks as she drove inside. Here come the Indians. Richardson pulls back a three-pointer from long distance and had it tipped and no good. Now Jada Lewis in transition. She's able to get it to go. Timeout called by Wetumpka here. It's 12-2 Lions with 2:34 left to go in this first quarter. We'll take a quick break on the Call Your Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
First quarter action is brought to you by State Farm agent Jackson Hagan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there.
Precision Floor Care is your local experts for tile, grout, stone, brick, and concrete. From cleaning and sealing to full decorative finishes, they deliver precise results every time. Trust Brent Turner and the hometown team that cares about our community. Call Precision Floor Care or visit callpfc.com. Wetumpka trailing right now 12-2 with 2:34 left to go in this first quarter. It's been a struggle for this Indians team, and you made a good point earlier, Chandler. They haven't pressed like they normally do, and that may be affecting this team just a little bit.
Absolutely, Gavin. They're not playing as aggressive as they normally do either. Now, I will say they are playing aggressively on the foul part. They're kind of having way too many fouls than they need, and if they're going to play aggressive, they need to tone it down in that factor there.
Wetumpka, a team that usually runs a pretty quick pace. And that's kind of how Coach Winchester dials it up. It's very similar to what you would see if you watched Shanda Rigby's Troy women's basketball team, the coach that Coach Winchester had in her time as a Trojan. Wetumpka had a scramble for the ball there for a moment. They do get it back as Humphrey will try and drive inside, lose control of it, but a foul is called against Keely Mullins, I believe, for a reach-in here. Yep. Mullins draws her second. 2 fouls against Mullins so far with 2:08 left in the quarter. Banks had it, gave back to Humphrey in that far corner. She is trapped, tried to find Culpepper across the way, but it was picked off. Now here's Lewis with it. Her pass rejected by Lexi Smith, and the Indians now coming back in transition. Humphrey fires one to Smith. Smith will try and drive inside to a mess of traffic, and a whistle blown, and a foul is called. It goes against Diana Lewis. First foul against Lewis. That's the fourth foul against this Prattville team. One more and they'll head to the free throw line. Right now they will have to inbound from the baseline. 1:48 left to go in this first quarter. It's still 12-2 Prattville. Humphrey looking for someone. Her pass was stolen away by Deborah Lewis, who was standing right in front of her. And now the Lions with another chance. Lewis looks inside to her sister Danica Lewis, who goes up and is easily able to put it in. It's 14-2 now with 1:30 left in the first. Looking over to Lexi Smith now is the Indians. Smith looping around, trying to drive in, but it is pickpocketed away. Diana Lewis coming down, who gives it over to Sebon. She goes up and will draw a foul as she drove down the left side of the lane. called as a shooting foul here with a 15-2 score. This time it goes against Maya Richardson. So far, Richardson with 1, Banks with 1, and Ballard with 2. And Marissa Sieben will be shooting 2 free throws here.
And as I was saying a second ago, Gavin, these Indians, they're still not playing all too aggressive unless it comes to fouls. They're playing way too aggressive down in the paint, fouling way too much, and they need to calm it down just a little bit there.
No question about that. Turnovers were a little bit of an issue in that Marbury game as well. It's just masked by the fact that they were able to just about double the amount of turnovers that they forced against Marbury. Really, the Bulldogs just could not take advantage of what was really not the cleanest game you'd ever see from this Indians team. As the Lions managed to come away with a made free throw there. It's 16-2 with Prattville with the advantage. Driving inside and pulling a jump shot is Maya Richardson. She will miss. And Jada Lewis now will bring it back up for the Lions. Down to the last minute of this first quarter. Danica Lewis in the paint, spinning away. She'll try and jump for a shot, but instead almost had it stolen away. They do call a jump ball instead. We've had multiple jump balls here in this quarter. Possession arrow back in favor of the Indians. Wetumpka just looking for another bucket here. It's 16-2 with 50 seconds left. They'll kick one out. Three-pointer from the corner. Never mind. She'll drive inside instead. And Kai Dillard will go up and get one off the glass. 16-4 the score. Now Prattville trying to get one more shot here. They missed on the first effort. Deborah Lewis had a board. She couldn't make anything. And now Maya Richardson coming away with it, bringing it up court. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Richardson passing to Dillard. Dillard, no-look pass. Richardson pulling a three. That one looked like a dagger, but just would not go. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Prattville with one more opportunity. Marissa Sieben giving to Diana Lewis. She'll pass over, but no, stolen away. Here comes Maya Richardson, coast to coast, easily dropping it in. And a solid way to end what was a bit of a frustrating first quarter for this Indians team. It is 16-6. Indians trailing the Lions after the first quarter of play. We'll be right back for the second quarter on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
This is Beverly Wright. What I love most about real estate in Central Alabama is helping families find the right place to call home. It's not just about houses, it's about community and the memories you'll make there. If you're ready to start your journey, I'd love to help. Call me, Beverly Wright, with RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty.
Second quarter action is brought to you by Golf Video, live event and video production elevating your next project. Let Jackson Dean and his team make your event look like $1 million. Online at golfvideo.io.
16-6 your score here as we enter the second quarter of play. And right now, Wetumpka still trailing it by 10. Wharf Casual Seafood is fresh, fast, and always delicious. Wharf Casual Seafood in Wetumpka has something for everyone. From shrimp and fish to po' boys and salads, enjoy coastal flavor right here at home. Dine in or take out today. Wharf Casual Seafood is where fresh seafood meets family-friendly dining. As we enter this second quarter, Indians have to find a little bit of a spark, and Maya Richardson, she's only got 2 of those 6 points, but it seems like she has kind of been that spark so far with some solid defensive plays as well.
Absolutely, Gavin. Those defensive plays have been working well for the Indians on Maya Richardson's part, as well as her playmaking skills. Lots of great passes there by her, making sure her fellow teammates get the ball. Although they haven't been scoring as much as I wish they would, she's had those great playmaking skills, and it has been a key factor in this game so far.
Prattville will have possession to start this second quarter. Jada Lewis with it. A jump pass inside to Danica Lewis, who goes up for it. Won't make a shot. A whistle was blown first, and I believe a foul is called here. Trying to figure out who that was against. He called it against 55, but there isn't a 55 on the floor. think they're saying Queen Ballard is who this went against, 44. Yeah, that's a bad deal if so. That would be her third. They do get an inbound here to Cyan Tatum, who lost control of it. And Wetumpka trying to take possession away, and guess who? Maya Richardson again picking it up off the ground to force a turnover. Richardson to Smith. Back up top to Richardson, who almost had it poked away. Now she'll look inside. This is Culpepper, who has to back out of it. Her bounce pass stolen away. Diana Lewis on a fast break, who rolls it in. Boy, it almost toilet bowled out, but manages to go 18-6. 7:20 left in the quarter. As Wetumpka trails by 12. Culpepper has to pick up her dribble. She'll lob one to Lexi Smith. Smith back up top. She'll hook pass one inside to Banks, but she couldn't catch it, and Danica Lewis took it away. Prattville slowly bringing it back up. Pass to Lewis again. Jada Lewis this is, who pulls a jumper that misses. Rebound battle here between Layla Culpepper, and I believe that's Jada Lewis. No, it's Danica Lewis. They call a jump ball. It goes in favor of Prattville. Aaliyah Humphrey will come into the game for the Indians. Lexi Smith will come out. And, yeah, they had that wrong. They said possession arrow Prattville, but Prattville had possession to start the quarter, which would then switch the possession arrow back to Wetumpka, so the Indians have possession now. Logan Banks was inside. They looked for her, and then her pass to Ballard was stolen away. They just have not been able to penetrate inside the paint so far. As Jada Lewis has it, looking for Tatum, and it is knocked out of bounds. Prattville retains possession.
Not the best look here for the Indians to start it off, but hopefully they'll bounce back a little bit here and get some points on the board for us.
Seems like they just have to be able to penetrate inside. They just haven't been able to get to Ballard at all so far. Inbound there was almost knocked away by Humphrey, but Tatum is able to pick it up, and she misses a shot. Richardson gets the rebound. Richardson quickly passing to Culpepper. She'll try and drive inside for one. A touch off the glass, puts it in. It cuts it back to a 10-point game. 18-8, 6:18 to play in the second quarter.
Great way to take on the defense there by Layla Culpepper and not being afraid of any type of physical activity at all.
Jada Lewis now will drive inside. Well, it wasn't a foul. It was a travel there. She took a couple hops, but I was wondering if they might let her get away with it. They do not. And Wetumpka gets a chance to take advantage of a turnover here and cut it back to single digits. They'll look inside. That was Banks. She passed back out to Layla Culpepper. Now Richardson again. No look pass. Culpepper pulls a long two that misses, and a rebound from Danica Lewis. Wetumpka has had a couple looks from further out. They just haven't been able to take advantage, and they can't find any room in the paint to get anything going. Diana Lewis passing to Danica Lewis. 3 Lewises on this Prattville roster, by the way. As Logan Banks now steals it away, she'll try and drive inside, do it all herself. She misses. Ballard goes up and had her rebound, just couldn't go up for the putback as it was slapped out of her hands. Wetumpka does still have control of it here. 5:23 to play in the first half. Maya Richardson will come out of the game. Lexi Smith going back in. It's Lexi Smith along with Layla Culpepper. Queen Ballard on the floor, who got the inbound, went up and drew a foul from under the basket. Logan Banks out there as well, along with Aaliyah Humphrey. Ballard shooting 2 free throws. So far, Wetumpka 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Or check that, they haven't made one. 0 for 4 and now 0 for 5 after Ballard misses the first. Again, all these free throws have been on the side of the student section, who was a little loud to start this game, but they've now kind of turned their attention elsewhere for the moment. Ballard's second free throw misses as well. Whistle blown, though, and there may have been a lane violation. Not sure if this was against Wetumpka or against Prattville. They did come in to discuss for a moment. Logan Banks was there, and there was a chance she was the first to step off, but I think they got Danica Lewis for it instead. Ballard gets another chance at a free throw here. And her third attempt, this time it goes. It's 18-9 after the made free throw. First point of the night for Ballard.
It's going to lead the Indians at 1 for 7 from the free throw line. Not the hottest look there, but hopefully they'll step that game up.
Officially, it will go down as 1 for 6 since the miss on one of those came from a lane violation. Prattville does miss one shot there, and Smith was able to get a board. She found Aaliyah Humphrey, who drove inside and drew a foul from under the basket here, and she'll be able to shoot free throws, I believe. Foul there went against Diana Lewis. Yeah, they did call this as a shooting foul. Humphrey shooting 2 with 5:01 left to play in the second quarter. Humphrey makes the first. Started off 0 for 5 from the line. Now Indians have made their last 2. Can't make it a third, though. I jinxed them. Apologies for that. 18-10 now. Prattville with it with less than 5 minutes left in the half. Looking for someone here is Mullen. She finds a friend in Danica Lewis, who gives it right back to her. Mullen's at the logo here. She'll bounce pass to Jada Lewis, who has her pass stolen away now by Layla Culpepper. Here's Humphrey. She pulls a 3. Bottom. Huge shot, and it's a 5-point game.
That right there is going to put the Indians in a good position there. A little bit of heat check for the Prattville Lions from Aaliyah Humphrey, and let's see what the Indians can do here.
Now Jada Lewis will try and drive inside. She can't do anything. Humphrey gets the rebound. She'll try and pull another one. Same spot, different result. Couldn't make it. Queen Ballard gets a rebound, goes up, and draws a foul on the putback effort. Well, the momentum would have completely shifted if she had made that one, but they still have a chance to close it back to a one-score game if Ballard can hit both of these free throws. 1 for 2 so far is Ballard. She will get a friendly roll to go and make the first. 18-14 now with one more free throw coming. Indians make a substitution. Maya Richardson will re-enter. Logan Banks is going to come out. Lexi Smith, Aaliyah Humphrey on the floor along with Ballard, who's shooting the free throw. Layla Culpepper and Maya Richardson. Ballard misses the second free throw, and it remains a 4-point game with just over 4 minutes left in the half. Mullins for Prattville. Passing to the near corner. That's Carroll, who drives down the baseline. She will kind of hook one in that takes a bounce and goes. It's 20-14 now. Still a much better position than the Indians were in after that first quarter. They look to Ballard, who looks outside. Culpepper pulls a 3, overshoots. Smith had an open spot to get the board. It goes off her foot instead and goes out of bounds. Wetumpka setting up defensively. Prattville giving them plenty of time as they just walk their way up the floor. Mullins calling out the play. Prattville hasn't quite gotten into position yet. There's a bit of frustration from Mullins. And she still is holding on to it, looking for help. Gets back up top, directing traffic, begging for a pick here. Still hasn't gotten one. Now Mullins will loop around. Mullins finally passes it away here to the far corner. They'll drive down the base, and a pass is stolen away here. Lexi Smith was able to poach it. Now Aaliyah Humphrey with it, kicks out. Culpepper pulls a 3 from the near side that misses. Ballard with a nice rebound, goes up for the putback, can't get it. Fighting to get it once again as both of them tumble to the ground. Jump ball is called. I believe this time it will go for Prattville, but I'm not completely positive on that. Yes, it will go to the Lions.
Queen Ballard is playing very aggressive tonight. Love to see that, but not too much on the foul. She needs to calm it down just a little bit there on that aggressiveness.
She still only has the 2. She drew both of those in the first quarter and has been able to tone it back a little bit since then, as a jump ball was called just a moment ago, and that's what gave Prattville possession back once again. But the Indians cutting it back to 6, and part of that came because of Layla Culpepper. She's got 4 right now with back-to-back makes, and then Aaliyah Humphrey drilling a 3 earlier a huge make for this Indians team that cut it back to single digits, and now they've managed to draw it into 6. And that's the thing about this Indians team. They don't typically go away very often, and they're showing it here in this second quarter. Absolutely not. They may have been down by a little bit there in the first quarter, but like you said, Gavin, these Indians aren't just going to go away. They're going to come back and knock at the door even louder than before. So it's something you got to stay on the edge about with these Wetumpka Lady Indians. Solid crowd here tonight as the stands are about 75% full at the moment. I expect that we'll see even more file in as we get closer to the conclusion of this one and the start of the boys' game, which we will have full coverage of as well. We want to remind you also to stay tuned for the City of Wetumpka halftime show coming in just a few minutes. But first, Prattville with possession. They will look inside. Diana Lewis will go up under the basket and make an easy shot. 22-14 the score now. Lexi Smith will pass to Maya Richardson. Humphrey with it. Now in the far corner, it's Smith again, driving inside. Takes a hop, a skip, and a bucket. That will go. First points there for Lexi Smith. Prattville quickly trying to answer, though, with Diana Mullins, who loses it on her way up from inside the paint. Richardson picks it up. She'll race down the court. She'll stop in her tracks there. She pulled a shot from the free throw line that missed. It's 22-16 with just over 2 minutes left in the half. Mullins looking for something. She'll drive in, no look. Bounce pass there up to Lewis that she wouldn't be able to get a shot off. She looked outside instead to Deborah Lewis, who misses the three-pointer. Ballard comes away with it after a scruffle. And Aaliyah Humphrey will slowly bring it up court. Great defense from the Indians a moment ago. Now they need some offense. Smith pulling a three off the bank and in. What a shot from Smith. Great look there from Smith. A little bit contended there, but that doesn't matter for her. She's a great three-point shooter and wanted to show that one off for the fans. 5 points for Lexi Smith so far. Prattville looking for an answer. Couldn't find anything in the paint with Diana Lewis. Here come the Indians again. Layla Culpepper pulls a jumper. That one goes as well. And it is a 1-point game, 22-21, with 1 minute left to go in the half. Layla Culpepper starting to come alive here in this second quarter. So has this entire Indians team. Now, Prattville, they'll pull a long jumper with Mullins that misses. They do get the rebound, though, but can't get a putback as Ballard comes away with it. Needs help and finds Maya Richardson. Indians have numbers. Looks for a wide-open Lexi Smith, who can't get it to go right off the glass. And Prattville holding on to the 1-point lead with just over 30 seconds left. Jump shot from Keely Mullins draws a foul there on the far corner. It was a 2-point effort. And she will head to the line. 33 seconds left to go in the half. Boy, Lexi Smith was just wide open there and got a little bit ahead of herself. Couldn't make the bucket. That's why Wetumpka trails still for the moment. First free throw is made by Mullins. Queen Ballard coming out as Logan Banks will come back on the floor to try and finish this half off. Second free throw from Mullins goes as well. 2 for 2 from the line there. And it is 24-21 Prattville. 30 seconds left to play in this first half. Aaliyah Humphrey slowly coming up, pass to Smith. Back to Humphrey again. 20 seconds left now, 15. Smith from the far corner, she'll drive in. A pass inside to Culpepper that couldn't go, and Prattville comes away with it. 7 seconds left on the clock. Prattville coming back down the court with one more chance as whistle is blown with 4 seconds on the clock, and there was some contact on the floor. That one goes against Lexi Smith. They'll inbound from the baseline with 4 seconds left, looking into the paint. Destiny Carroll goes up, can't get a lay, and time expires to end the half. Boy, Wetumpka, what a fight there in that second quarter. 24-21. Prattville still leads, but Wetumpka has to be feeling good about themselves after that second quarter performance. We'll have halftime coverage when we return. It's 24-21 Prattville on the Call Your Forward Wetumpka Sports Network.
This is Beverly Wright. What I love most about real estate in Central Alabama is helping families find the right place to call home. It's not just about houses, it's about community and the memories you'll make there. If you're ready to start your journey, I'd love to help. Call me, Beverly Wright, with RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty.
Looking for power, performance, and adventure? You'll find it all at Collier Ford in Wetumpka. For more than 70 years, Collier Ford has been proudly serving the River region since 1952, helping families and businesses hit the road with confidence. When you think trucks, think Collier Ford, home of the legendary Ford F-150, built tough to handle any job. If adventure is calling, Collier Ford has the bold and capable Ford Bronco, ready to take you off the beaten path. Want that same spirit in a smaller package? The Bronco Sport is waiting for you at Collier Ford. From great ideas to family service, Collier Ford makes buying your next vehicle easy, fun, and stress-free. So whether you're hauling, exploring, or just cruising through town, make your next stop Collier Ford. Test drive your next Ford today, and remember, come on to Collier Ford in Wetumpka.
Come to Collier.
Protect what matters most with State Farm agent Jackson Hagan in Wetumpka. From auto and home to life insurance, Jackson Hagan and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Jackson Hagan understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trusted a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there. Call 334-478-3864 for a quote today.
This is the City of Wetumpka Halftime Show on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Well, we welcome you into the City of Wetumpka Halftime Show. The Indians currently trailing 24-21 after the first 16 minutes of play, but it has been an action-packed first 16 minutes of play. Wetumpka trailed 16-2 after the first quarter, and somehow, some way, has managed to get back into this game. They trail 24-21 after that second quarter finished up. And Chandler, it's been a battle for this Indians team, but it seems like they finally started to figure something out there at the end of that first half.
Absolutely, Gavin. You know, of course it's going to be that team chemistry. You know, those playmakers, Lexi Smith, Aaliyah Humphrey, Myra Richardson, they all have those good looks on their teammates. They know when to pass the ball, when to take their own shots. They're playing a great game out there, especially Lexi Smith, absolutely dominant on that defense and those shots. She is currently at 5 points here tonight, 1 3 and 1 field goal, and that's looking good for her. Secondly, I'd like to mention Layla Culpepper. 6 points in total. All three are going to be field goals, and Layla Culpepper is having an outstanding game tonight with defense and whatnot. Now, as a whole, this Lady Indians team is playing absolutely outstanding. Like I said, defensively, they could step up just a little bit. As I mentioned beforehand, they're missing that full court press. That is something we see every single game, is a full court press from the Lady Indians, and that is something I want to see when they come back into this second half.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And yeah, it's been interesting to see that they didn't decide to full court press there to start the game, and then they really have had a tough time penetrating inside still. We did see Queen Ballard able to get a lot of rebounds, but she had it ripped away multiple different times where she went up to try and get those putbacks. It seems like so far Prattville has done a really good job covering her up.
Yeah, Queen Ballard is normally the most dominant player out there on the floor, especially because of her height being 6'2", but 6'1", 6'2", correct me if I'm wrong, but tonight she is just off just a slight bit. Like you said, they've been stripping the ball from her a little bit, and I think that's gotten in her head a little bit. Having 2 fouls on herself isn't the hottest look for her, considering it was only the first half and picking those first 2 up in the first quarter. So Queen Ballard may need to step it up just a little bit tonight to keep that double-double going, but let's hope that Coach Winchester gives her a good talk and she'll be ready for the next half.
Yeah, be interested to see what her involvement looks like, and she does have to be a little bit careful with those fouls, like you mentioned. It did start to kind of stack up some in that first half, so got to be careful there, because even if she's not contributing, if you're having someone in the paint who you know can be a threat, that's going to always open up opportunities from outside as well. Otherwise, they'll just sell out for the longer shots and prevent Wetumpka from being able to take advantage of anything. We're just about 5 minutes away from the second half getting underway. The Indians trailing right now 24-21. When we come back, second half action between the Indians and the Lions on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chad Barrett. Growing up here in Central Alabama, I've always believed in doing the things the right way with honesty and hard work. That's exactly how I approach real estate. From your first showing to the closing table, I'll be by your side. Call me, Chad Barrett at RE/MAX Cornerstone.
We believe in doing things right the first time. That's the promise behind Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Powered by Precision Floor Care, our custom garage floor systems are designed to be tough, stylish, and built for the long haul. With a team rooted right here in the community, we deliver quality you can count on. Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Let them rest on the best. Visit FinishLineGarageFloors.com today.
Are you tired of slow internet? With Central Access, you get the speeds you pay for, delivered directly to your door, so you won't get bogged down when your neighbors are online too. Stream, game, work, and video chat. No contracts, no data caps, no price hikes, nothing but an exceptional all-night experience. Check availability today at caecaccess.com. Central Access, your local link to broadband.
We believe in doing things right the first time. That's the promise behind Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Powered by Precision Floor Care, our custom garage floor systems are designed to be tough, stylish, and built for the long haul. With a team rooted right here in the community, we deliver quality you can count on. Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Let them rest on the best. Visit FinishLineGarageFloors.com today.
When your job depends on quality building materials, depend on Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply. From framing lumber and roofing to concrete, drywall, and fasteners, we've got the materials to build it right and build it strong. Whether you're a contractor or a do-it-yourselfer, if you're building, you belong here. With dependable products and local service you can trust, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your go-to source for building materials.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Third quarter action is brought to you by Radio Alabama Sports. Game on. Online at radioalabamasports.net.
Getting ready for the second half to get underway between the Indians and the Prattville Lions. And as we get ready to get things going, I want to remind you of what all is going on around Wetumpka Athletics right now. Indians track and field has gotten underway in indoor track. They had a meet just a few days ago out in Birmingham, where all of their meets will take place over the course of their season. The Magic City Invitational was at the Birmingham Crossplex last Saturday. This Saturday, they'll head right back out there again for the Holiday Invitational, and it doesn't stop there either. They've got the Galleria Games on December 20th at the same place as well before they'll get to their Christmas break. They won't race again after that until January 24th before they get ready for the indoor track and field state championships. Meanwhile, Wetumpka Wrestling had a really strong night earlier this week. They have really been on a roll with Coach Highland and that program over the last few weeks as they have started things off. They are 11-0 right now. They had big wins over Spain Park and McAdory. That was just yesterday, or part of 2 days ago, where they got the win over both of those teams, 47-29 over Spain Park and 49-30 over McAdory. Produced a lot of good athletes from that program. A lot of them now over at the Montevallo wrestling team out in Division II at this point, one of the best programs in the state for college wrestling, and that's all been with Coach Highland, who has developed that program both on the guys and now a girls team as well. A reminder of what else is to come for Wetumpka basketball. We will have the boys game coming up after this game concludes. We're about to get ready for the second half of action here in just a moment, but both of these teams have tournaments coming up after their game against Tallahassee tomorrow on the road. Then they'll both head to their respective tournaments. For the girls, it'll be the Trinity Christmas Tournament, and for the boys, the Spain Park Classic. And then they'll have the boys compete at the Stanhope Elmore Christmas Classic December 29th and 30th before both teams get back underway in the new year on January 6th against Percy Julian. That will be the next home game for both of these Indians teams again on January 6th. We're ready for the second half of action now as we resume. Wetumpka will have possession, trailing by 3, and they're trying to quickly get off to a good start here. Culpepper has it, but it's stolen away after a pass from Logan Banks was picked off. It'll be a long run from Keely Mullins, who goes up and lays it in to make it 26-21. Again, a hot start with a quick bucket from Prattville in the first 15 seconds of play in each half so far. Wetumpka trailing by 5 now after the bucket. Culpepper looking for somewhere to go with it. She'll finally start to dribble. She steps back, pulls a shot from the free throw line that won't go. Good rebound by Banks and an even better putback as Banks gets the first points for the Indians of this half. Prattville quickly coming back down. Deborah Lewis will go up. Wide open in the paint there. She puts it in. 28-23. Lions still leading. A long pass there from Aaliyah Humphrey into the paint to Queen Ballard. She's able to put one in. It almost looked like a shot. Now Prattville quickly in transition. Danica Lewis looking for some help, but a whistle blown first, and Maya Richardson will be called for her second foul. Check that third foul.
The Indians and the Lions kind of playing a little bit of back and forth here, scoring back and forth, so a little interesting to see there.
Yeah, and immediately an inbound and a shot from the baseline. Keely Mullins gets it to go. And every time Wetumpka has done something here to start this second half, the Lions have had an answer. Logan Banks with it. She tries to find some space to drive in and can't go, and you can see the frustration in her face there after the miss. Prattville now will try and drive in again, and once more, Keely Mullins carving her way through the paint to put one up. 32-25, 6:19 to go in this third quarter. Richardson passing over to Banks. Banks standing at the free throw line, trying to go up in the post. She'll go up for it and get one to go off the bank. 32-27, a long pass again, this time deflected and out of bounds from under the paint. Last touch by Aaliyah Humphrey for the Indians. Lexi Smith comes into the game here. Maya Richardson comes off. Trying to direct some traffic here. You can hear Coach Winchester trying to get everyone into position. Prattville airballs a 3, and now Wetumpka coming back down the floor. Smith with a catch-and-shoot 3 that misses. Ballard trying to fight for a rebound and again gets caught in a tie-up. Possession arrow goes in favor of Prattville this time.
Indians are just, like I said, going back and forth here. Indians don't seem to want to let it get too far ahead of them like they did in the first half, so props to them for playing pretty well here.
Prattville has done a really good job of every time Ballard has gotten a rebound, they've been quick to get their hands on it and force a jump ball, where most of the time Ballard's able to kind of rip it away and quickly get a putback. Now Mullins will pull a jumper again, going off the step back.
And I got
2-point effort goes, 34-27.
I got to say, Mullins must have had a pretty good pep talk there during the first half, because 8 points with only 3 minutes gone is pretty crazy if you ask me.
Wetumpka had a chance at a bucket there with Logan Banks. It wouldn't go, but then Queen Ballard got it and did what she does best with the putback. 5 minutes left in the third quarter, 34-29 Prattville. Mullins, I'm not sure that she knew what she was trying to do there. She stepped up to the free throw line and had a shot form that I think she kind of pivoted and wanted to pass it instead, and it awkwardly goes out of bounds. Unfortunate turnover for the Lions, but the Indians will happily take advantage of it here. Humphrey will float one inside to Ballard. She goes up for one and draws a foul off the miss. Destiny Carroll called for it. Ballard shooting two, 34-29, 4:48 left in this third quarter. First free throw off the back iron. Ballard has had a tough time from the free throw line so far. She has made two, but has done no better than 50% from the line each time.
Lions, Cyan Tatum is going to check in and taking out Destiny Carroll on her way in.
Ballard with her second free throw attempt here coming. Takes a breath and then pulls the shot that will not go again. 0 for 2 from the line that time. Tatum was able to get the rebound. Tatum about just as tall as Queen Ballard is, really able to cover her well. Prattville will pull a three that goes in and out off the hand of Jada Lewis. Fighting for the rebound, and again a tie-up called. Boy, it was an effort from Deborah Lewis there, and I believe it was Aaliyah Humphrey who was able to get involved in that to force the jump ball. 4:30 left in the third quarter. Wetumpka still down by 5. They look to Logan Banks. Now Culpepper back at the top of the key. Now Humphrey again with it. Humphrey trying to cross over, drive inside. My goodness. They are able to get their hands on it, and these officials are quick with the jump balls here. Usually you see a lot of those go into fouls where you see somebody reach in, but Prattville has been very efficient in reaching in and managing to grab the ball and not have a foul called against them. Wetumpka there had an the Lions had an offensive foul there a moment ago, and Wetumpka will retake possession. So even after the jump ball, they are not able to take advantage of the turnover.
Indians here still down by 5, 34-29, so let's see if they can make a play here.
Banks will try and drive down the baseline. She draws a foul and is slow to get up here. She couldn't get the bucket. Foul goes against Danica Lewis. Third foul against Danica so far. Fouls have stacked up against both teams for the most part. Maya Richardson with 3 at the moment. So does Danica Lewis in having 3. Banks' first free throw will go. Banks was scoreless in the first half. She's got 5 so far after just 4 minutes and 7 seconds of play in the third quarter. 3:53 left. Second free throw will take an Indians bounce and go. 34-31 now. Prattville with possession. Mullins fakes a pass. She'll look the other way instead. Deborah Lewis from the far corner, who looks inside to Tatum, who has her shot taken away here. Smith has it. She is trapped and needs help as Coach Winchester rushes in to call the timeout. A smart call on Winchester's part as well, as Smith was really in trouble there for a moment. Prevents having anything stolen away.
Yeah, well thought out timeout there from Coach Winchester. Smith was very caught up there in that trap right there at half court, and with Queen Ballard and Logan Banks headed down into the paint, she didn't really have an answer, so Coach Winchester calling a timeout was probably their best bet.
Wetumpka trailing by 3 at the moment, 34-31. As they have had opportunities to take the lead, they have just kind of been chasing close behind this entire time, almost like a predator waiting to pounce on its prey at the moment, which I guess is ironic considering you're playing the Lions here. 3:36 to go in the third as both teams come back out onto the floor. Lexi Smith will inbound after the timeout. Winchester trying to direct some traffic here before the play. She'll look to Queen Ballard, who passes to Smith. Wide open from the near corner for 3. In and out. And Prattville comes away with the board. That was Diana Lewis who got under it to grab it. And now a three from the top of the key. Keely Mullins has been on it tonight. She drills it. It's 37-31. Humphrey will try and drive in with a quick answer. She can't get it to go. Neither can Queen Ballard after the board. Culpepper gets it, retreats back up top. And here's Lexi Smith. She'll try and drive in. Pass to Humphrey, who pulls a three. That's off the mark. Smith again with a board, gives to Humphrey. Now Culpepper, her chance at a three, also can't get it as Ballard tries to chase it down, but steps out of bounds in the process. Multiple opportunities for Wetumpka there, they just couldn't take advantage. Maya Richardson will come in the place of Queen Ballard after a frustrating possession for this Indians team. Mullins up top will pass to Lewis. Now in the near corner is Diana Lewis. Lewis will pass back out to Mullins. It is picked off by Lexi Smith. Here comes Smith trying to go coast to coast with it. Down the right side of the lane with a right hand. She can't make it. Deborah Lewis gets the board. There are 4 Lewises on this Prattville team. I miscounted earlier. Wetumpka steals it away off the hands of Tatum. And on the way down the floor, a whistle blown and a foul is called. This one goes against Keely Mullins. I believe that's her third. It is. So you've got multiple players now for Prattville with 3 fouls. Danica Lewis and Keely Mullins.
Although Mullins has her 13 points in total tonight, 3 fouls. It's kind of balancing that out there since she's playing a little aggressive on that defense.
So Richardson now will have it. She passes to Humphrey, who tries to look for something on that far corner, stepping up and missing. As Jada Lewis now has it for Prattville, racing down the floor. Culpepper stood still, and she simply went around her and easily laid that one through. I think Culpepper was trying to draw a charge, but she got set up for it way too early. 39-31 with 1:40 left in the third quarter. Humphrey up top. Looking to drive in, but backs off, gives to Richardson. Richardson passing to Smith. Smith from the near side. She'll try and drive down the baseline, but has it poked out. Wetumpka still holding on to possession here after that. There's some... You can hear some frustrations that are being picked up by our mic. It's the referee had to have a word with one of the assistants on this Indians team. Not quite sure what that was about. Lexi Smith has possession for the Indians back up top. 1:20 left. Smith has to pick up her dribble. Gives to Humphrey, who gets shoved. Would have been a backcourt if not for the shoving call against Deborah Lewis.
Referee realizing that Coach Rogers was just saying 5 out instead of timeout.
Yeah, it was a miscommunication between the official and the bench there. They get it sorted out, no worries. Everybody's all smiles, hands shaking, and we are all good on this side. Aaliyah Humphrey is at the line, and she is good for her first free throw make, as Wetumpka is in the bonus right now. She makes both free throws on that trip. That's her first 2 points of the half. Wetumpka still trailing 39-33 with 1:16 left to go in the third. Lexi Smith coming out. Kai Dillard goes in for the Indians. Mullins still looking for somewhere to go with it. She floats a pass to Deborah Lewis on the far corner. She drives in, but has someone reach in for it, and a jump ball is called. And possession goes back to Wetumpka after that.
And we're still seeing that zone play, that 2-3. Yet again, not what you want to see here from the Lady Indians, since that full court press works for them almost every time.
Richardson will pull a three from up top. She misses, trying to scramble for a rebound here. Destiny Carroll had her hands on it. There was Kai Dillard on the floor, and a whistle was blown. I believe a foul called. Yeah, it goes against Kai Dillard. First foul against Dillard. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Prattville in no hurry here. Mullins now down to 40 seconds in the third. She'll pick up the pace for just a moment. Still standing up top at the logo. Floats a pass inside to Deborah Lewis. Scrambling as she loses control of it. Aaliyah Humphrey picks it up. Coast to coast. She'll no-look pass inside to Richardson, but it is picked off and stolen away. Now here comes Mullins coast to coast. She'll go up with it and almost made it, but just couldn't connect. Now another fast break. Indians have numbers. Maya Richardson couldn't make it. Dillard got a rebound. She misses. Ballard got it. We'll check that. Banks, but was called for a foul on the rebound effort. She had a lot of contact there against Keely Mullins, and that's what it was called for.
Banks questioning that call there. A little confused because she was just going for a rebound, but ref's going to call that, and you can't really debate with that.
Kind of just put the shoulder into her on the way in as a last-second shot attempt is denied by Aaliyah Humphrey. Destiny Carroll couldn't take advantage of it. It keeps the score at 39-33 after the first three quarters. We've got the fourth quarter coming your way here in just a few moments on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Kathy Thornton. I've built my business at RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus by being honest, dependable, and always putting my clients first. If you're ready to buy your first home, sell your current home, or just want to talk about your options, I'd love to help. Reach out today. Kathy Thornton with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, where neighbors become clients and clients become friends.
.105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Gavin Baxley along with Chandler Ward here as we're at the top of the hour. It is 39-33 with 8 more minutes to play in this girls basketball game. Again, boys will be coming up about 10 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as those two teams are tied throughout this season. Wetumpka avenged the loss just a couple weeks ago in a tournament out in Pelham, and now these two teams have a chance to break the tie tonight in what is at least supposed to be the last matchup between these two of the season, but I guess who knows, maybe something else will come up. Our focus remains on the girls for the moment, though, as Prattville will have possession to start this third quarter. Quickly, the Lions trying to go in for something as Mullins was able to easily find a nice pass to Jada Lewis inside, who gets it to go. Now a steal from Keely Mullins. She will go back inside, going up against the paint, or the glass that is. She will miss. And it's still 41-33 after the first 30 seconds of the fourth. Now Humphrey had it. She tried to drive inside and had it ripped away for a moment from Diana Lewis. A jump ball is called, which should give it to the Indians, and it will. Avoids a turnover there because it was called the jump ball on what, if they had let it play for just a little bit longer, Prattville may have been able to steal that one. Humphrey from the baseline. Got to get it in. Running out of time. Has a contested pass there. It is a scramble for the ball, diving on it here, and a timeout called. Jada Lewis picked it up off the ground, and a good decision to call the timeout there for Prattville. 7:25 left in the fourth quarter. It's 41-33 right now as the Lions hold the advantage. At First Community Bank, it's more than banking, it's a relationship that lasts. From checking and savings to loans and mortgages, they're here for every stage of life. Local people, local decisions, and a commitment to community. First Community Bank, let's do life together. Coming down to the final moments here in this fourth quarter. We still have 7:25 left to play, but every possession starting to matter more and more as Wetumpka has been within as close as 1 point here since trailing 16-2 at one point, but they just have not been able to get over the hump and take that lead. They currently trail by 8. Keely Mullins will have it for Prattville after the inbound. She'll drive inside, and do it all by herself. She gets the bucket to go. And again, a 10-point advantage now for Prattville. Wetumpka with Maya Richardson. They need a bucket here soon. Richardson will spin around, pull a two that won't connect. And Prattville gets the rebound. Deborah Lewis was there for it. Lions quickly bringing it up with, or slowly bringing it up, that is. Keely Mullins trying to slow down the pace. She looks to the near corner with Diana Lewis, who almost had it poked away by Aaliyah Humphrey. Back up top to Mullins. 6:40 left. She's got a dribble here. Finally passes away to Jada Lewis, who has a pass that goes awry and will go into the backcourt, and they'll call them for the backcourt violation. 6:30 left to play. Indians take possession again. Humphrey will inbound. Tamaya Richardson in the backcourt. They'll bring it up. Richardson getting the pass to Culpepper. Culpepper at the near wing right now, looking for somewhere to go with it, picking up the dribble, bounce pass to Richardson. She tries to finesse her way around, a jumping pass to Ballard that somehow gets into her hands there. She's under the basket, couldn't make the first effort. Banks is there to pick it up though, and she gets the putback. Logan Banks now with 8 points in this second half. Indians starting to apply a little bit more pressure here. Keely Mullins still trying to find something. Looks for Tatum on the inside. She goes up from under the basket. Won't make it, but she does draw a foul called against Queen Ballard.
A very questionable call there with Queen Ballard holding her hand straight up in the air, and they'll still call her for a foul there. Coach Wynn and Ballard don't seem too happy about that call, but hey, not much you can do.
It is her third foul. 43-35 is the score as Tatum will miss the first free throw. This is her first trip to the line. She has yet to score at all tonight. 5:47 left. Tatum manages to get the second one to go and scores her first point tonight. Down by 9 are the Indians. Humphrey will have it. She'll try and drive in from the left side and tries to spin around. Called there for a double dribble. Another turnover from this Indians team, continuing to kind of shoot themselves in the foot here late. Mullins standing at the logo here. Just trying to dribble for a while, knock off as many seconds as she can in this possession.
Indians don't seem too concerned about it either.
And there is no actual shot clock here tonight. You can hold on to possession as long as you want. They'll finally look inside to Tatum, who misses a shot from under the basket. And with 5 minutes to go, Indians have it, trailing by 9. Here comes Aaliyah Humphrey driving into the paint, and she will lay it in. Cuts it back to 7 now, 4:50 to play. Wetumpka needs a few stops here in these last few minutes. Mullins had it. Timeout is going to be called here by Prattville with 4:45 left to go. And now you have to wonder if maybe Wetumpka starts to finally go back to that press that you talked about to try and force some errors from this Prattville team, who's been pretty relaxed coming up the court recently.
Yeah, the Lions haven't really had much to deal with coming up to half court. They've really just been taking their time, using almost all 8 seconds, making their way up, not worrying about much. And with not even playing a full court press and just playing a zone, there's not much that the Indians are doing to try and stop the Lions here tonight. It may be 7 points, but if you're not going to press up and play some aggressive defense, those 7 points are going to hurt you.
Yeah, they've been able to close it multiple times. They just need to find something, and they've got to find a way to limit Keely Mullins. She has been really efficient from pretty much all aspects here, but her being able to get inside the paint with a lot of speed has been something Wetumpka has really struggled against.
Absolutely. Mullins has 13 points this half and 4 last half, which is going to be a total of 17. So Mullins is definitely the MVP for the Lions tonight.
She's been strong so far. Can she finish it off here with 4:40 left? She has it right now, passing to Danica Lewis now. Lewis will try and drive inside. She'll do it herself with the left hand. Can't make anything, and a whistle is blown. Foul is called. This one goes against Keely Mullins on that rebound effort. That is her 4th foul, and this would be pretty crucial if she can pick up one more. It would certainly help the Indians' odds here in the last 4:30. Richardson has it for the Indians. She'll pull a 3 from up top. It won't go, though. And a rebound from Diana Lewis. Mullins slowing things down here as they tell Layla Culpepper to get on her. Mullins facing a little bit of pressure. She'll try and drive inside, but first a whistle is blown. It goes against Layla Culpepper, and they'll give her the foul. It's her first. It's called on the floor. Not the biggest fan there, but nonetheless, Culpepper tries to steal it away on the inbound and got a finger on it, but still Mullins will come away with it. She'll try and pull one now from the free throw line that misses well off the mark, off the air ball, and Maya Richardson let it go out of bounds. Indians have possession, 3:59 left to go. Culpepper inbounding, looking for someone as Prattville shows some full court pressure here. They do find Richardson. Back to Culpepper again as they race up the court. Culpepper giving to Humphrey. She'll now direct some traffic. Humphrey driving in, step back, pulls the 2. That is money. Great shot from Humphrey, and it's a 5-point game again.
Great look there from Aaliyah. Just stepping up for the team here in this last quarter may just make the difference there.
Mullins will pass to the near corner. That's Deborah Lewis who's got it. She's in trouble, and it's stolen away. Here comes Maya Richardson now with a chance to cut it to one score. Pulls a jump shot off the back iron. Rebound, Humphrey, who's able to get it to go. 44-41 now with just over 3 minutes left. And Wetumpka has a heartbeat once again. Got to try and slow him down here. Force another stop. Mullins trying to drive inside from that left side of the paint. Can't cash it in, but Prattville comes away with the board. Jada Lewis has it and is called for a double dribble. Picked it up, dribbled again, and a turnover here. Wetumpka has a shot down by 3 with 2:53 left.
And we said it before, and I will say it again for us. The Indians, especially the Lady Indians, are not one to give up. They are back at the door knocking harder and harder.
Culpepper got the inbound to Banks. They find Humphrey. She'll pull a 3 to try and tie it in and out. Boy, that one would have been huge. Less than 2:45 to play now. Prattville bringing it back up with Mullins. Again, Mullins with 4 fouls. Got to keep an eye on that here. She still has it. 2:30 left now. Facing some pressure from Richardson. He's trying to find a way to penetrate inside here with 2:20 to play. Mullins just looping around here. Taking off precious seconds. She'll finally pass to the near corner. 3-pointer from Deborah Lewis is overshot. Well off the mark. Out of bounds. Last touched by Prattville. 2:09 left. Timeout called by Coach Winchester in a huge moment coming up here as the Indians trail by just 1 score with 2:09 left.
Indians definitely do have something here to prove with losing to Prattville last time they played them, but tonight they have come back with a different mindset. They may have been down all tonight, not taking the lead, not once, but they definitely are showing that they want it badly, and they aren't going to give up anytime soon, even if it comes down to the wire.
Prattville got the early bucket to start the game just 5 seconds in, and since then it has been all Lions the entire way. They led by as much as 14 in that first quarter. Wetumpka cut it all the way back to a 1-point game, went to halftime down by 3, trailed by as much as 10 here in this second half, and again has fought back in the fourth to cut it to just a 3-point game. Indians with possession out of the timeout here. Culpepper will inbound. Still a little bit of pressure from Prattville. in the backcourt. It's Humphrey who's going to get it across the midcourt line. She'll try and drive down the baseline, misses a shot, and Jada Lewis gets the rebound for Prattville. Less than 2 minutes to play now. Mullins with it for the Lions. She's been really good at running some clock off here. Gives it to Lewis, who gives it right back to Mullins. Indians have got to pressure her a little bit more. Now it'll be Jada Lewis who has it. She'll try and go up with a shot in the paint. It won't go. A lot of contact there, and a foul is called against Danica Lewis. Reached in against Logan Banks. Danica Lewis with her fourth now as well. 2 Lions, both with 4 fouls. Called on the floor, both teams with 2 fouls this quarter. 1:36 to play as Culpepper will get an inbound there to Logan Banks. Banks now trying to race up court. She'll try and pass to Ballard, who lost it, goes out of bounds. And with 1:30 left, Prattville again forcing a stop.
And you got to just think that the Lady Indians got to be anxious here tonight, and I'll admit I am a little bit too with a 44-41 point game here. We've got a game on our hands tonight, Gavin.
Down to the last 90 seconds. Lewis giving over to Mullins up top, standing at the logo. 1:15 left. She'll drive in, kick back out now, as it's Deborah Lewis who gives it right back to Mullins. Wetumpka has got to put pressure on her. She can chew off as much of this clock as she wants. Again, no shot clock here tonight. Danica Lewis has it. 1 minute left to play for Prattville as they still hold on to possession. Mullins will drive inside. She'll pull a shot that is off the mark, but whistle is blown and a foul is called. It goes against Aaliyah Humphrey. There's 52.8 on the clock now. It'll be Keely Mullins who will shoot 2 free throws with a 3-point advantage. Crucial free throws here to try and ice away this game potentially. Mullins' first free throw. Boy, it took a dramatic roll, but it finally went in for Prattville. Smith will come back in for the Indians as Layla Culpepper will come off. Second free throw good as well. It's 46-41. Aaliyah Humphrey on the floor along with Maya Richardson. It'll be Queen Ballard and Logan Banks. Smith has it, who gives it to Richardson. Richardson gets back up court, passes to Humphrey. Humphrey still keeping the stride going, goes in, can't make the lay. Ballard with a rebound, couldn't make it, got the rebound again, got the bucket. I think it's a shooting foul as well. It is. How about that? Shot is made by Ballard, 46-43. She's got a free throw coming here to try and cut it back to 2.
Like I said, Gavin, this is a very stressful game for the Indians here. They just won't give up, and props to them for that.
Well, that is exactly what Ballard has been good at all season. Finally, she gets it going here with that bucket. She's got 8 points tonight. It's all come, 8 points. 6 of those have come here in this second half. The and one free throw from Ballard off the back iron. Rebound by Humphrey. She picks it up. Wetumpka with possession, getting tossed out of bounds, I believe. No foul is called here. Maybe. No, timeout called by Wetumpka. Check that. Wetumpka has possession here. That was a clutch timeout called by Coach Winchester. Humphrey picked it up. She was trailing out of bounds. Almost went out, but just in the nick of time, Coach Winchester with a timeout to save her and give Wetumpka possession with 35 seconds left.
And Gavin, that timeout may have been smart, but one thing I do want to point out is how hard Aaliyah Humphrey hustled there. She may not be the tallest player out there on the court, but she got that rebound and practically towered over her defender, helping the Indians get the ball with only 35 seconds left. And that is something that you've got to recognize, is how hard that Aaliyah Humphrey plays to keep the Indians in the game here.
12 points for Aaliyah Humphrey so far. And you're right, it goes beyond just the points, though. It's been the hustle points for her so far tonight. She has been flying all over the court. Her and Maya Richardson both have really been crucial on the defense and just the speed aspect of this team. despite Richardson only having 2 points so far tonight. Indians will have possession here after that timeout. 35.6 seconds left on the clock. Layla Culpepper back on the floor. She will inbound here. Banks, Ballard, Richardson, and Humphrey out there as well. Her inbound stolen away. Keely Mullins takes it. She'll try and go coast to coast. She's fouled instead with 30 seconds on the clock. Trying to see who this went against. I sure hope it wasn't against Ballard. It was not. Foul goes against Layla Culpepper. It's her second. I think they called this on the floor, and they say yes. Wetumpka will make a substitution. Maya Richardson will come out. Lexi Smith will go in. 30 seconds left as Keely Mullins inbounds. From the baseline here, looking for somewhere to go with it. And timeout is called by Prattville. Almost ran out of time there, did Mullins. They did run about 0.7 of a second there, despite no play actually occurring. And I guess we're not going to get those 0.7 back. It's 46-43 now. We'll see if they change that back or not. The timeout called by the Lions. Again, right now, Prattville sitting at 9-3 on the season. They've been mighty impressive throughout so far, and they're coming off of a win against Percy Julian, a team that is in Wetumpka's area, 61-29. They've played, this is their third straight game against area teams for Wetumpka, who is in 6A Area 4. They were able to take down Percy Julian, but they lost to to Stanhope Elmore 45-43 at the beginning of this month, about a week ago. Prattville will have another chance to inbound here. This time stolen away. Aaliyah Humphrey takes it, still trailing by 3 with 25 seconds left. Humphrey tried to kick back out, was fouled in the process. That's going to be called on the floor here. It's 46-43. They were looking for a wide open Lexi Smith on the near wing. Foul goes against Danica Lewis. That is her 5th, and she is done for the night. You take out one of the contributors of this Prattville team on a team that already lacks a little bit of depth.
And that's going to be Cyan Tatum taking her spot there. And I can tell you one thing, Danica Lewis did not seem too happy about that 5th foul there, but hey, when you play too aggressive, you take the penalty.
Culpepper will inbound from the baseline, 24 seconds left. Humphrey pulls a 3, cannot connect. Prattville comes away with the board here. They can try and run the clock out. Wetumpka will foul with 16.7 left on the clock. It goes against Layla Culpepper there. That does put Prattville in the bonus. It'll put Keely Mullins up to the free throw line. She was the one that was fouled. Her first free throw is flawless. It goes. Makes it a 4-point game again. Wetumpka's going to have to get a quick bucket here. This next free throw, not quite as crucial. Substitution for Prattville. Destiny Carroll comes in as Cyan Tatum will exit.
And I got to say, Mullins is the last person that the Lady Indians are going to want to see at the charity stripe.
Mullins misses the second. It's a 4-point game. They need a quick bucket. Humphrey driving down. She'll pull a 3. That one does not go. Fighting for a rebound, goes out of bounds. Possession goes to Wetumpka. 8.5 seconds left. Not sure you needed a 3 there, though. You had an open look in the paint with Layla Culpepper. She pulls the 3. Indians still with possession, though. Culpepper looking for somebody. Finds Ballard. She is stuck. There's only 6 seconds left. Stolen away here by Keely Mullins. And a foul is called, but that will likely do it. Mullins will go up to the free throw line with a 4-point advantage now with 4.5 seconds left. First free throw good from Mullins, 48-43 as they try and ice this game away, and likely will as well. Second free throw good as well. What a night from Keely Mullins. Richardson will have it with one last opportunity to try and get some points. They don't even get the shot off. That will end it. Wetumpka falls short, 49-43 to the Lions. A tough loss for this Indians team who battled throughout. That just came up short there at the end. We'll take a break, and then we'll have a talk with head coach Harriet Winchester after this one, and then get ready for the boys matchup between Wetumpka and Prattville. Girls matchup comes to a final score of 49-43 in favor of the Lions on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
Back now after the conclusion of the girls' matchup, a 49-43 final score, Prattville getting the win. I'm now joined by head coach Harriet Winchester. Obviously a tough loss here. What are your first thoughts after that one?
Yes, it was a tough loss, but it was an amazing game. The girls, after the first quarter, the girls really stepped up their game in every aspect that we asked them, and they played ball. So I'm not upset at all. This was a good game.
And I wanted to get into that as well. You trailed by double digits there in the first quarter, closed back into it, was down by 1 at one point. What does that show about the drive of this team as you look towards the rest of this season?
That we're true competitors. Being down early, we could have just simply given up, but they continue to fight, and that right there means that they want to win, regardless of the situation that we're in, regardless of the adversity that we're facing. They want to win, and you know that was really good.
Any lessons that you take away from this one as you go into the next matchup?
Just to make the first punch. You know, when you're down early, it's a lot harder to fight to come back. And if we make that adjustment for the next game, for whatever game, then we'll be okay.
No doubt about that. Well, Coach, proud of this team. Excited to see what comes here tomorrow night against Tallahassee. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's head coach Harriet Winchester, who just joined us. When we come back, we'll get ready for tip-off between the boys matchup of Wetumpka and Prattville on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
Hungry for fresh, flavorful seafood? Come to Wharf Casual Seafood, your local spot for shrimp, crab claws, mahi-mahi, and all your coastal favorites. Looking for a budget-friendly bite? Check out our tasty lunch specials featuring wraps, salads, shrimp, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
When it comes to real estate in the River region, trust the team that puts you first. Chad Barrett, Beverly Wright, and Kathy Thornton. With experience, dedication, and a commitment to making every move smooth, they're here to guide you whether you're buying, selling, or investing. Together at RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, they're the names families across our community count on. Call today and let Chad, Beverly, or Kathy help with your next move.
In Wetumpka, we take pride in our hometown. And so does Brent Turner, owner of Precision Floor Care. A Wetumpka graduate and now a local small business owner, Brent built Precision Floor Care on a commitment to serve his community. From tile and grout work to stone, pavers, and concrete, Precision Floor Care delivers precise, hard surface flooring solutions that protect the places that matter most. Precision Floor Care, precise, hard surface flooring solutions. Learn more at callpfc.com.
Are you tired of slow internet? With Central Access, you get the speeds you pay for delivered directly to your door, so you won't get bogged down when your neighbors are online too. Stream, game, work, and video chat. No contracts, no data caps, No price hikes, nothing but an exceptional all-night experience. Check availability today at caecaccess.com. Central Access, your local link to broadband.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
It's the 2025 Model Year Sales Event at Collier Ford. Drive home America's favorites with 0 down, 0% APR financing, and no payments for 90 days. That's right. Get into a new Explorer, F-150, Escape, and more without paying a penny up front. And enjoy 3 full months before your first payment. Don't miss out. Come on. Come to Collier.
You're listening to the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Now, back to the action from the Central Alabama Community College broadcast booth.
Well, we have wrapped up the girls' matchup where the Indians fell shy 49-43, but the men are on the floor getting ready to try and test their luck against a very good Prattville team. To wrap things up from that girls' matchup, Queen Ballard finishing with 10 points on the night. A huge night, though, from Aaliyah Humphrey, who finishes with 16 over the course of that one. She ended up with a total of 12, to finish out the game against the Lions just a little bit ago. Logan Banks also closing out the night with 8 points. Despite a little bit of foul trouble, the Indians never did have anyone have to come out because of it. Meanwhile, Prattville did have Danica Lewis exit, but Keely Mullins had a remarkable performance, especially in that second half. She ended up with 6 made shots from the floor. That's 13, along with 5 more free throws to hit an 18-point total just in the second half. That finishes off her night with 22 total points over the course of that one, and she was the biggest part in that win for the Lions. We now get ready for the boys matchup, one that we are very interested in seeing how this will go. We've seen these two teams twice now this season. Wetumpka took a loss, that is, to Prattville early on in the season. That one was back at home against this Prattville team. Fell shy of the Lions 68-63 then, but then battled back on November 24th and got a win 57-53 in the second game of that Pelham tournament. And what's most worth noting as well, that win over Prattville, that's what tipped off a now 5-game winning streak for Wetumpka. And I think the big thing going into this is the team that lost to Prattville back in the 3rd game of the season, very different than the team that we're going to see here tonight.
Absolutely, Gavin. Now, both the win and the loss were very close games against the Prattville Lions for the boys. But I agree there. They are going to be a totally different team, you know. Going into the season, they lost to Pike Road and Prattville, and that's because you've got a lot of new players here. You've got Caleb Ballard, who is a brand new player to this team, and that's something you got to work on is team chemistry. These boys, not all of them have played together before, so they've got to work on chemistry, and they have gotten there. One player I'd like to point out in particular would be Chris Robinson. He's a great playmaker, getting the ball down low to Caleb Ballard almost every time, and that is somebody you've got to keep an eye out for tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be a big part of it. John Wingard will be out tonight, actually, against this Prattville team. Wingard, unfortunately, won't be here tonight, but that is because he is in the All-Star game for football. He's got one more time putting on the pads and representing the black and gold down in Mobile. That game is tomorrow at 2 p.m. So, unfortunately, Chandler, despite your analysis there, which I completely agree with typically, he won't be here tonight or tomorrow against Tallahassee, and Wetumpka will have to find a way around that here tonight. Wishing him the best of luck. He's got the All-Star game tomorrow at 2 along with Coach Woods, who will be a linebackers coach in that. And you can actually watch it on Alabama Public Television and PBS along with the NFHS Network. We're going to take a quick break and then get ready for tip-off of the boys game when we return on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
This is Beverly Wright. What I love most about real estate in Central Alabama is helping families find the right place to call home. It's not just about houses, it's about community and the memories you'll make there. If you're ready to start your journey, I'd love to help. Call me, Beverly Wright, with RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty.
Back now as we are ready in just a few moments for tip-off between the Indians and the Lions. It's time to get into our starting lineups. And for the Indians, I mentioned they will be without John Wingard here tonight. So he will be out of the lineup. That does shake things up just a little bit. Jeremiah Smiley will continue his role as a starter tonight. So will Chris Robinson. And he'll have Caleb Ballard on the floor with him, Andrew Voiles. And instead of John Wingard, the senior center, it will be the sophomore Tom Suddeth who will come in. He did have a couple strong showings over the last couple of weeks. As they're going to introduce the Prattville starting lineup here in just a moment. Our starting lineups brought to you by First Community Bank. As we get ready for tip-off here in just a little bit. Nathaniel Warren will be on the floor for Prattville here tonight. So will Jersey Farbs. As we wait on them to tell us who the starting lineup will be for Prattville. We weren't quite sure going into this one here tonight. Anthony Cowling will be starting in the number 20 tonight along with Noah Powell. And rounding out that starting lineup is Deshaun Hall. Prattville coming into this one with a 5-6 record in 7A. And they're trying to get back on track here and get back to a 500 win percentage. They have kind of struggled a little bit, and that has evened things out between the 6A and 7A difference here tonight. Wetumpka on the floor in their black and gold uniforms, the gold stripes going down with gold lettering and the gold numbers on the jerseys. Prattville on the floor as well, wearing all white. They've got red stripes at the bottom and red numbering on the jerseys with the word Lions spelled out on the front. As both teams take to the floor here. Caleb Ballard will be there for the tip-off. He'll be going up against Anthony Cowling. Ballard a couple inches taller than Cowling here. He'll certainly have the advantage, and he will take advantage of it on the jump ball. He will get it. Wetumpka with possession to start off. Voiles will try and pass to Ballard in the paint. Misfires. It goes out of bounds. A quick turnover from this Indians team.
Despite being a center, Deshaun Hall is actually going to be the one taking this ball up to half court.
Yeah, failed to mention our RE/MAX Cornerstone keys to the game, but I'll tell you, it's going to be Deshaun Hall, a guy that Wetumpka has got to find a way to limit as he passes it inside to Jersey Farbs. He drives into the paint, pulls a jumper that is off the mark. A rebound effort from Chris Robinson doesn't quite go his way. It goes out of bounds, and Prattville has possession. We're just under 30 seconds into this one, no score. Nathaniel Warren inbounding for the Lions. Looking for somewhere from the baseline. Finds a man on the far corner. That is Jersey Farbs. Farbs looking for help. Got a screen from Powell. He'll pass over now to Cowling. Nathaniel Warren giving over to Noah Powell now, who passes back to Farbs. A lot of ball movement from this Prattville team. They're pretty good at it. Here is Deshaun Hall. Finally gets it. He's in that near corner trying to find some room to drive, but instead goes back. Nathaniel Warren will have it up top again. Back over to Hall, who draws a foul on his way to drive in.
And although Smiley's going to get called for that foul there against Deshaun Hall is going to have to fear Smiley tonight. Smiley is a great defensive player, and although he's a lot smaller than Hall, Smiley is going to make sure that Hall knows his name real well.
Farbs got the inbound over to Hall, who averages about 20 points a game. A foul is called off the ball here. Or check that. No, it was off the ball. Yes, it was against Tom Suddeth there in the post. That's where the foul comes from. 6:57 left in this first quarter. Still no score. We saw a decent bit of offense in the first game between these two, and then a much slower moving and defensive battle in Pelham a couple weeks ago. Indians with it with Chris Robinson. He'll try and drive into the paint. Bounce pass to Suddeth. That goes out of bounds. It was deflected and knocked away. Prattville will have possession again. Big defensive stops from both ends so far. Hall for the Lions. He'll try and pass it, but it's stolen away. Caleb Ballard, coast to coast, went up for the jam, but lost it on his way up. Fortunately for him, a foul was called. May have gotten a little bit of a break there. I don't know that anyone really touched him. They're saying that they slapped the arm, and that's how the ball came loose, but I'll tell you, he had a full step on someone there. I don't know. Nonetheless, Ballard will take advantage of it. He makes the first free throw and gives Wetumpka the first lead of the night, 1-0, with another free throw coming.
And I'm telling you, Gavin, if Ballard got that dunk off, that would have been a little bit embarrassing there for Deshaun Hall.
Would have certainly been a silencer early on. Missed the second free throw. It's 1-0 with 6:30 left in the first quarter. 3 from the near corner will miss for Prattville. Nathaniel Warren couldn't make it. Hall went up for a rebound, had his finger on it, and I thought he stepped out of bounds. They say that, oh boy, that's a bad time to make a bad call there. The refs pointed the wrong way on accident. Deshaun Hall had caught it standing out of bounds, and they said Prattville had possession. Fortunately, he realized his mistake and corrected it. Wetumpka with it now. He all smiles and apologizes. Quickly, though, Prattville retakes possession off a steal, and Nathaniel Warren took it. He couldn't make a bucket from under the basket. Wetumpka catches a break there. Chris Robinson now will be able to bring it up. Whistle is blown. Goodness gracious. Chris Robinson there with a mental error. He steps up past the half-court line and then takes a half step back. And he gets called for a backcourt violation because of it. Indians fans have packed out their side of the visiting student section here tonight. So has Prattville. It's honestly a pretty comparable level of students for each team here tonight. One team was thrilled with the call, the other not so much. Deshaun Hall has it. He'll pass to Powell. And Powell giving over to Dickerson. Dickerson looking, he'll find a man in the near corner who airballs a three. Overshot it there, did Jersey Farbs. Now Voiles passing. It's the far corner, a three-pointer there. Also off the mark by Jeremiah Smiley. Voiles takes a shot at it. He misses as well. Ballard went up for a rebound, but a foul called before that against Caleb Ballard, I believe. Yes. First foul against Ballard. 5:36 left in the quarter now, still 1-0.
And despite the Lady Indians only playing a zone here, the boys will play a sort of full court press with two of their players, Andrew Voiles and Chris Robinson, playing up for them.
Dickerson tried to get in the post and get something going. He couldn't make the shot. Robinson will drive up, give to Voiles in the near corner. Back to Robinson again. He'll look to drive inside, go up with it, and manages to just get a nice touch on it to put it in. 3-0 Indians. Prattville still looking for its first points of the night. Jersey Farbs will pass to Powell. He gives over now to Dickerson. Now Cowling passing to Hall. Deshaun Hall with it. He'll try and drive in from the right side. A lot of speed there, but he just couldn't get anything to go. fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Farbs. And Wetumpka again forcing a stop here. Robinson will inbound with a lot of pressure. He bounced past it there, and it never got inbounds. It bounced past from the baseline, and that is, by rule, a turnover. Another just tough mistake there from this Indians team in the backcourt. Deshaun Hall gets the inbound to Farbs as Prattville has possession once more. 4:40 to go in this first quarter. Cowling has it, lost control of it, and it was poked out of bounds. Prattville still with it.
And as you were saying earlier, Gavin, despite it being Prattville's home stadium, you are going to hear a lot of Indian student section cheers.
Prattville with it, still looking for those first points. Dickerson will drive down the baseline from the near side. He manages to roll one in. Now, quickly going back down the court. Wetumpka almost lost it. Gives to Voiles. He'll pull a three. That's off the front iron. Now Prattville looking for something here. Caught in the paint. It's Dickerson who passes out to Farbs. Farbs tried to drive in and had it slapped out of his hand for a moment. Chris Robinson with a great defensive play. Prattville still holding on to it for the moment, though. Jeremiah Smiley will come out. LT Davis will enter for the first time tonight. First substitution for this Indians team with 3:40 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-2. Farbs looking for something in that far corner, covered by Robinson. His pass slapped away by LT Davis, but Prattville holds on to it. Hall has it. He'll pull a three from up top that's off the mark. Rebound by Chris Robinson now. Said his name plenty of times early on. Robinson will pass inside. This is Suddeth in the post, trying to make a play. He'll go up for it. It takes a bounce off the rim and won't go. Ballard with a nice board. Couldn't make it on the first try. Had a chance at it again, and a jump ball is called. Oh, no. Things got heated there after that. Ballard and Deshaun Hall got into each other, and there was a little bit of a shove from Ballard. I think they called him for a tech. Well, maybe. Wetumpka's student section currently saying you can't do that, but
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw the head ref call a tech on both Ballard and Deshaun Hall there, so.
They're discussing right now. They definitely called a tech on someone. I'm not sure that they know which side they called it against as they continue to have a conversation. Looks like it went against Wetumpka here. Possibly. Double technical. There we go. Well, that solves your problem. You can't decide. You give one to both. Caleb Ballard gets called for it along with Deshaun Hall. Deshaun Hall with 2 fouls. He was called for a foul on that play as well, mind you. Just a little bit before that. There was a jump ball actually involved in that. Miller Lombardi will come in for Wetumpka as Caleb Ballard will exit. Off the double technical.
And Lombardi is someone we didn't see last week. He was feeling a little bit under the weather in that Marbury game and didn't get to play, but he's back at it here tonight.
Good to have him back. Farbs has it up top. He'll drive inside, pull a floater that goes. Prattville takes its first lead. 4-3, 2:45 left in this first quarter. Voiles in the backcourt being trapped. He'll give to Robinson, who passes now to Davis. Davis softly passing there to Lombardi. It's stolen away. Here comes Warren trying to drive in, but it is slapped out of bounds. Prattville holds on to it. 2:34 left in the first quarter. Prattville will inbound with Damian Dickerson from the baseline here on the far side. Dickerson bounce passing in, gets it to Powell. Powell now will overhead throw it to Jersey Farbs back up top. Farbs now looking to drive in. Thought about shooting. He'll still hook shot one on a contested jumper that misses. Good rebound by Sudduth, giving to Voiles. He'll pass now to Robinson, who sets up a play here. You can hear the student section starting to get into it just a little bit. Voiles has it again. Pass to Robinson in the paint, trying to drive inside. Couldn't make it on the first or the second effort. Got the board again, gives to Voiles. Now Lombardi in the near corner, looking back at Robinson. Robinson now trapped in that corner. He'll drive in, give to Sudduth, who loses it. Davis picked it up, tried to pass it. He tried to get it to Robinson there, but Robinson was a little bit too far ahead of him on the pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Just a little all over the place for the Indians there, down in the paint and just all around the perimeter in general. Not too sure what happened there, but let's hope they can step it up a little bit.
1:47 left in the first quarter. Dickerson brings it up. Now, crossover move, tried to drive inside. He gets called for a carry instead, though. Got a little too fancy there, and a turnover from Prattville. Robinson inbounding from the near sideline. 1:37 left in the quarter. He'll give to Voiles in this low-scoring opening period. Just 4-3 right now. Prattville with the 1-point advantage. Voiles trying to change that as he pulls the three from up top. That won't go. Good rebound effort, though, from Smiley. Robinson will drive in. He'll try and float one and cashes it. Robinson gives the Indians a 1-point lead again, 5-4. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Dickerson trying to drive in, stumbling, taken away now by Smiley. Gives to Robinson, who has an advantage, pulls a three and can't connect. Good rebound, though, from Sudduth, but he can't stop his momentum. Gets called for a travel. Timeout called by Prattville here with 56 seconds left in this first quarter. Kind of having to discuss just a little bit is Prattville after that timeout, as they're only down by one, but it's really been a struggle from both of these teams so far. Quite the opposite of what we saw in that first game for the girls. Now we're seeing a very, very defensive battle here in this opening period.
Yeah, the girls kind of lacked on their defense last game. Normally we see a full court press, as I was saying, almost the entire game. But for both teams, for the boys, Prattville and the Indians, they are just head-to-head, toe-to-toe, whatever you want to say. They're going back and forth at it with each other. And a 1-point game here it's a good game, but higher scoring is something a lot of people are going to want to see.
I think both of these teams will be just fine one way or another as long as their team comes out on top. 56 seconds left in the quarter. Prattville will have possession. And this very defensive affair, at least to start off. The black and gold trying to get the offense going a little bit. They've had a few different turnovers that have really cost them. They've kind of been unable to take advantage of Prattville's struggles so far. Prattville coming up with Farbs. Farbs spinning back up to the logo here. Looking for somewhere to go. Passing now to Cowling, who gives quickly to Warren. Passing now to Powell, who has a pass stolen away. Voiles all by himself goes up and takes a safe layup to give the Indians a 3-point advantage. Smart play there from Voiles. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Don't want to waste any chances at buckets here with anything too flashy. Farbs with 20 seconds on the clock. He's covered by Robinson pretty closely as well. He'll pass there to Dickerson. Dickerson, step back, thought about a three. He'll give to Warren. Now back to Dickerson again from the near wing. 5 seconds, driving inside. Foul is called. No shot attempt there. It'll go against Miller Lombardi. I guess maybe they'll call that a shooting attempt. He didn't exactly let go of the ball, but First free throw, rims in and out.
And Lombardi was making his presence be known earlier when he got in, having some very aggressive defense there, but played a little too aggressive and paid the cost.
Second free throw more successful, makes it 7-5 with 5 seconds left. Wetumpka was getting ready to pull a shot. I think a timeout was called by Coach Thomas because Wetumpka seemed a little out of it, not quite aware that there was only 4 seconds on the clock. Now 4.1. Voiles will inbound here as they try and get a quick bucket to end the quarter. Robinson driving, 1 second, pulls it, got it! What a shot from Chris Robinson. Banks it in, and that puts a dagger on this first quarter. 10-5 Indians with the lead off the Robinson buzzer beater. What a play as Wetumpka has the advantage. Good guys on top after the first 8 minutes on the Call Your Forward Wetumpka Sports Network.
At First Community Bank of Central Alabama, banking's about real relationships, trust, kindness, and a shared commitment to making life better. As your neighbor and partner across Elmore and Autauga counties, we're here for you, whether you're planning your future, buying your first home, or building your wealth. With our local knowledge and heartfelt support, you can count on us. First Community Bank of Central Alabama. Let's do life together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Second quarter action is brought to you by Golf Video, live event and video production elevating your next project. Let Jackson Dean and his team make your event look like $1 million. Online at golfvideo.io.
Well, it was a slow start to the game, but some fireworks there at the end of the quarter give Wetumpka a 5-point advantage, 10-5 after the first 8 minutes. And it came off that Chris Robinson three-pointer. He banked it in at the buzzer. And so far, he's got 7 of the 10 points for this Indians team. Indians will have it to start the second quarter. Voiles with it, passing to Lombardi. Pulls the three from up top. That just won't connect. Good rebound by Suddeth. The putback attempt is denied, though. A nice block for Prattville. And block there for the Lions came from Anthony Cowling. Goes out of bounds. Wetumpka will inbound. Voiles from the baseline gives to Robinson. Back to Voiles on that far corner. He'll pass to Smiley up top. Smiley drives in, pulls a long two that misses. Suddeth went for the board. It was slapped out of bounds again, this time off Prattville once more. Anthony Cowling has knocked it out back-to-back times now. And Wetumpka with another opportunity on this possession. Indians looking for an inbound, gets it to Suddeth, who passes back out to Voiles at the top of the key. Passes to Lombardi, who has his first attempt to pass deflected. Finally gets it to Robinson, and he'll give it to Suddeth now under the basket. They kick back out. Reset everything here and start over. Andrew Voiles will direct everybody. We're 40 seconds into this second quarter. Prattville is yet to have a possession. Gives it to Suddeth, who goes up. Can't get it off the glass, but he does draw a foul there. Called against Jersey Farbs. Oh, check that. Caden Fleeton.
Took him 4 attempts there, but on that fourth, it'll send him to the free throw line.
It's been a 47-second possession for Wetumpka. Like you said, 4 different shot attempts for this Indians team there. And Suddeth can't connect on the first free throw attempt. Free throw struggles have been a thing for this Indians team, trying to take advantage right here. Second free throw attempt here for Suddeth. This time off the back of the rim again. 0 for 2 from the line there, and it remains a 5-point advantage for the Indians. Jersey Farbs has it. Farbs looking for somewhere to go with it. Lombardi pokes away the pass. Here comes Chris Robinson, who scooped it up. Spin move under the basket and ran out of real estate there. Now Prattville steals it away. Deshaun Hall takes a shove, goes up and lays in the basket. An and one play for the Lions. Jeremiah Smiley called for that foul. Hall with the and one free throw and can't get it.
And I guess his teammates either thought he had 2 shots or expected him to make that because no movement there from the lines whatsoever.
Lombardi has it. He'll pass inside to Sudeth, who gets it from under the basket. Quick response for the Indians to get back to that 5-point lead. 12-7, 6:30 left in the second quarter. Farbs slowing the pace down. Still from beyond the arc here. He's just trying to get some help. He'll finally give it to Deshaun Hall, who steps back, pulls a long 2 from up top that misses. Rebound from Cowling, kicks back out. 3-pointer from the far corner, no good either. Prattville thought they were going to get the advantage there as it went out of bounds, but it goes in favor of Wetumpka. Last touch by Damian Dickerson there.
And the Indians will send in Jordan Hill, replacing Jeremiah Smiley.
And that'll take away a little bit of the size for this Indians team, but may add some speed. Chris Robinson looked inside to Sudeth, and it was knocked out of bounds. Wetumpka still holding on to it. 5:52 left in the quarter. Dickerson coming into the game here. Now, Jordan Hill. He'll pass to Miller Lombardi back up top. Chris Robinson giving to Voiles. Voiles looks to Robinson again in the post, trying to drive in. Forgot the basketball for a moment. Has to go back and get it. Back up top to Lombardi. Now Miller Lombardi. He'll drive in, try to pass to Sudeth, but he can't hold on to it. Deshaun Hall picks it up. Prattville forces the turnover. Here comes Dickerson. Bounce pass inside. A 2-pointer attempt from Powell. Just won't go. Nobody can hit their shots so far. Voiles with it. Crossover move. Drive in. He'll try and hook it with the right hand and makes it. What an effort there.
Real nasty move there by Voiles, putting the defender almost on skates, making a move just a little bit with that jab step, and a very good layup there to finish it off.
Lions with it, trailing by 7. Hall will pull a 3 from the near wing. No good. Good rebound, though. Cowling going back up, and he'll miss, but a foul called again. Another shooting foul against the Indians. This time it goes against Tom Sudeth. Second foul against Sudeth in this first half. Two free throws coming for the Lions. First one from Cowling, no good. Stick around for halftime. Our City of Wetumpka halftime show coming up in about 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
And Caleb Ballard makes his way back into the game since the first half, taking Miller Lombardi out.
Second free throw was good. It's 14-8 with 4:40 left in the first half. It is the second quarter here as Jordan Hill will pass to Ballard. Ballard in the post. He'll try and get a jumper that can't go. He'll get his own rebound after a couple deflections. Looking for somewhere to pass it to, and it is ripped away. Here come the Lions now, going up for it. Can't make a layup, did Dickerson. Now the Indians with a fast break chance. A misfired pass to Andrew Voiles goes out of bounds. Believe it was tipped by the Lions, but maybe not. No, just misfired it.
Jordan Hill saw the look there for Voiles, but throwing it a bit too fast there, and Voiles can't catch up with that one.
It's always tough when you have to pass it like that on the run. Lions trailing by 6 now. Hall has it. Deshaun Hall passing to Dickerson, and he'll give to Farbs. Farbs looping around with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Dickerson now up top. Pass. Farbs thought about a 3, steps up, takes a shot from just in front of the free throw line, and again, no good. Here comes Robinson. Wetumpka looking to extend the 6-point advantage. Pass inside the paint. This is Sudeth spinning around, going up. Rejected, though, by Cowling. Wetumpka picks it up. Ballard passing. Sudeth pulls a three from the far corner. It is money.
And that right there, Gavin, is something you don't see every day, especially out of a high school basketball game.
The big boy can shoot, fellas. Deshaun Hall has it for Prattville. 9-point game in favor of the black and gold. Here comes Farbs. His no-look pass taken away by Jordan Hill. Hill now retreating off the fast break. He'll try and pass it to Voiles. Back to Hill again. Wide open. Pulls a three and just off. Ballard fighting for a rebound. Still fighting. Goes up. Can't get it. No foul called. A pass deflected in transition. Hill picks it up. Gives to Sudeth, who Euros, goes in. Tipped away again by Cowling. Ballard gets a chance at it. He misses as well. Boy, Anthony Cowling has been locking down the paint as here comes Deshaun Hall up for it. And a foul is called. Believe it was called on the floor here. It goes against Jordan Hill.
You know, Gavin, not much you can do there as Jordan Hill. Deshaun Hall, correct me if I'm wrong, is a 6'5" player, and Jordan Hill looks to be almost a foot shorter than him, so not much butt fouling you can do.
6'5". He's got 4 stars according to ESPN in basketball. He's been strong on the football team as well for the Lions. As Prattville looks to inbound, they do get it to Hall. Trying to drive into the paint here. He spins around, goes up, and draws a foul. Doesn't make the lay there, but it's called against Jordan Hill. Back-to-back fouls against Hill, the sophomore. Dickerson inbounding again on what was a foul on the floor. A three-pointer this time from Farbs up top misses. Rebound by Warren. And Prattville resets again. 2:25 left in the first half. Passing over to Farbs. He'll give to Hall at the top of the key. Hall gives to Dickerson. He pulls a three that drops in. And it's 17-11 Wetumpka. Jordan Hill's inbound was deflected there. Got to Robinson, who fires it to Voiles. Indians having to work really hard to get it up court. They finally do. Robinson to Sudeth, trying to drive down the baseline from the near side. He draws a foul on the floor. Whistle blown against Jalen Cromer. Cromer entered just a little bit ago. Called for his first foul. He'll come out. Anthony Cowling will go back in, who has been locking down the paint. Inbound gets into Voiles. He gives to Robinson. Pulls a three from the near corner. It toilet bowls around and just will not drop.
And that one's got to hurt for Robinson there. You know, you shoot like that, think it's going in, and the goal says otherwise.
17-11 still. 1:40 to play in the half. Deshaun Hall passing over to Warren. Warren gives to Dickerson. He'll hand it now to Farbs, who gives back to Hall once more. Hall driving down the left side of the paint. He'll back away from it, go back up top to Farbs. Farbs eyeing that goal, trying to direct traffic with 1:20 to play. He's backed all the way up near the midcourt line again. He'll try and step up. On that far side, he'll give back to Deshaun Hall. He passes to Dickerson on the near side wing. He'll pull a three now instead, and it casually goes off the rim. Indians quickly get a rebound. Here comes Chris Robinson with 1 minute left in the half. Robinson step back, pulls it from the free throw line, and can't get it to fall. Cowling had the rebound.
Questionable shot there from Robinson. Contested by not one, but Deshaun Hall, a second sitting right there. But, hey, I guess the shooter's going to shoot.
Deshaun Hall there had a moment to take a shot, and he missed the jumper from the elbow of the free throw line. 30 seconds left in the half. Pass to Ballard. A foul is called on the floor. It's against Anthony Cowling there, who got a little bit too aggressive defensively. Jeremiah Smiley will come into the game for the Indians. Tom Sudeth will come out. Sudeth right now with 5 points on the night.
With Smiley coming in, that takes down even more of the size for these Indians.
Voiles inbounds to Ballard. He'll float one to Jordan Hill. And pass to Robinson. Hill again, back to Robinson. They continue to take turns as Robinson directs some traffic. Passes inside to Ballard, who has it stolen away. Stripped by Dickerson. Pass now to Farbs. One-on-one. He'll go up and lay it in. 10 seconds left in the half. Hill floats one out to Smiley. Now 6 seconds. 5. Pass to Ballard. 4, 3. Going up is Ballard, who gets it to go as time expires. 19-13. A late bucket there from Caleb Ballard maintains a 6-point advantage for the black and gold. They go into the locker room ahead, 19-13 on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
In Wetumpka, we take pride in our hometown. And so does Brent Turner, owner of Precision Floor Care. A Wetumpka graduate and now a local small business owner, Brent built Precision Floor Care on a commitment to serve his community. From tile and grout work to stone, pavers, and concrete, Precision Floor Care delivers precise, hard surface flooring solutions that protect the places that matter most. Precision Floor Care. Precise, hard surface flooring solutions. Learn more at callpfc.com.
Come to Collier.
It's the 2025 Model Year Sales Event at Collier Ford. Drive home America's favorites with 0 down, 0% APR financing, and no payments for 90 days. That's right. Get into a new Explorer, F-150, Escape, and more without paying a penny up front. And enjoy 3 full months before your first payment. Don't miss out. Come on. Come to Collier.
Come to Collier.
Hungry for fresh, flavorful seafood? Come to Wharf Casual Seafood, your local spot for shrimp, crab claws, mahi-mahi, and all your coastal favorites. Looking for a budget-friendly bite? Check out our tasty lunch specials featuring wraps, salads, shrimp, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
Hungry for fresh, flavorful seafood? Come to Wharf Casual Seafood, your local spot for shrimp, crab claws, mahi-mahi, and all your coastal favorites. Looking for a budget-friendly bite? Check out our tasty lunch specials featuring wraps, salads, shrimp, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
Safety starts with Montgomery Fire Equipment Company. From inspections and extinguisher service to full fire suppression systems, businesses across Alabama trust our team to protect what matters most. And now, we're hiring. We're looking for new fire technicians to join our team. If you're hardworking and ready to make a difference, this is your chance. Montgomery Fire Equipment, protecting people, property, and progress.
Come to Collier.
It's the 2025 Model Year Sales Event at Collier Ford. Drive home America's favorites with 0 down, 0% APR financing, and no payments for 90 days. That's right. Get into a new Explorer, F-150, Escape, and more without paying a penny up front. And enjoy 3 full months before your first payment. Don't miss out. Come on. Come to Collier.
Come to Collier.
This is the City of Wetumpka Halftime Show on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
All right, now Wetumpka leading it 19-13 as we welcome you into the City of Wetumpka Halftime Show. And the Indians holding the advantage in what has been a low-scoring affair so far. It was 10-5 after that first quarter, and the Indians managed again to outscore the Lions in back-to-back quarters to give them the 6-point lead, 19-13. And it's been interesting to see so far because both of these teams, they move very quickly, Chandler. They move very quickly, do both of them, but they have both really struggled to actually convert that movement into points. A lot of ball movement, but they end up in turnovers because of some really strong defense from both of these teams.
Yeah, for starters, Chris Robinson had a couple slip-ups, like you were saying. They've struggled to get these points going because of these small slip-ups. Chris Robinson had a backcourt where his heel just hardly went behind it, and that caused one. And he also lost the ball down low, causing another turnover. Secondly, like you were saying, they're just really struggling to get those points up, man. They get the ball down there, they get it down low, and they just can't capitalize off of the miscues of the other teams, nor can they capitalize off of their own miscues, getting their own rebounds, and that is something they really got to work on there.
No doubt about that. This Indians team also has really had a tough time in the post, and that's really been the work of Anthony Cowling. It's been interesting to see that battle right now as, we talked about going into this. You're missing John Hudson-Wingard, who's going to be playing football tomorrow. And because of that, you put Tom Suddeth in there, who absolutely has the size, but he hasn't really been able to do anything against Anthony Cowling in the paint. Now, that doesn't mean Suddeth hasn't had a good night. He's got 5 points right now, including a three-pointer, but Cowling so far really locking down the paint.
Yeah, no, Cowling has definitely made it hard for Tamarion Suddeth to even get down there at all. Cowling has that lockdown defense that you don't expect out of a big man like that, and Suddeth just can't work his way down in there. Now, with the assistance of his fellow teammates, they have worked their way up to have a 6-point lead, but if Cowling keeps playing the way he is, this may be a pretty hard game for the Wetumpka Indians.
Wetumpka leading it 19-13 right now as we get ready for the second half here in just a few minutes. Stay connected with Central Access. Get blazing fast internet starting at 300 megabits per second for just $59.99 a month. Reliable, affordable, and delivered straight to your door. Central Access has you covered. Central Access, your local link to broadband. We'll be right back for the second half. It's 19-13. Indians lead it on the Wetumpka Sports Network.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
Looking for power, performance, and adventure? You'll find it all at Collier Ford in Wetumpka. For more than 70 years, Collier Ford has been proudly serving the River region since 1952, helping families and businesses hit the road with confidence. When you think trucks, think Collier Ford, home of the legendary Ford F-150, built tough to handle any job. If adventure is calling, Collier Ford has the bold and capable Ford Bronco, ready to take you off the beaten path. Want that same spirit in a smaller package? The Bronco Sport is waiting for you at Collier Ford. From great ideas to family service, Collier Ford makes buying your next vehicle easy, fun, and stress-free. So whether you're hauling, exploring, or just cruising through town, make your next stop Collier Ford. Test drive your next Ford today, and remember, come on to Collier Ford in Wetumpka.
Come to Collier.
Gear up for a flavor victory at Wharf Casual Seafood. Whether you're craving seafood classics like shrimp or crab claws, or wanting to tackle a juicy burger or crisp salad, we've got your winning play. Dine in with us or grab a meal to go and find out why every bite is a win at Wharf Casual Seafood. Check out our menu at wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
This is Kathy Thornton with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus. I know buying or selling a home can feel overwhelming, but I promise you don't have to go through it alone. I'll guide you through every detail and keep things simple, clear, and stress-free. When you're ready to make a move in the River region, call me, Kathy Thornton, with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus.
quarter action is brought to you by Radio Alabama Sports. Game on. Online at radioalabamasports.net.
Well, we're just a few moments away from the second half, and as we get there, Chandler, most important thing for this Indians team as they go into the second half to hold on to the lead.
I'm going to just tell you straight up, Gavin, that's going to be offensive efficiency. As we previously spoke on, the Indians have been struggling to get some points up during the first half, only having 19. Now, if they can get that offensive efficiency up, getting some easy buckets, setting some screenplays, man, that's easily going to get them with a harsh lead against the Prattville Lions, and so they need to make sure they're keeping an eye out on that.
We're just about ready. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification, and then the second half gets underway.
105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Gavin Baxley along with Chandler Ward as we begin the second half. Prattville will inbound to start off the third quarter. It's 19-13. The Indians lead it here on the road, looking to get their second win in a row over Prattville and continue what has been an impressive win streak for this boys team. They've managed to come away with their last 6 games with victories. Prattville will have it here with Farbs. He'll give over to Deshaun Hall. Hall driving in and stumbling. Whistles are blown, and this time it's going to go in favor of Wetumpka. No foul called there, or check that, foul is called. It's a charge against Deshaun Hall. Third foul against Hall here in just the first 12 seconds of this second half. Tom Suddeth will have it quickly, and he'll drive inside and lay it in.
And what a layup there from Tom Suddeth, just going up on 2 defenders there and showing them that he's not afraid.
21-13 Indians, 30 seconds into this second half. Now a layup effort that draws another foul. This time it was Damian Dickerson who drove in for it.
And Andrew Voiles will be called for his first foul.
Voiles is a tough player for this Indians team. I've been able to kind of watch him develop over the years. He's just a hard-nosed player that sometimes it gets him into foul trouble. He hasn't really had that issue here today. He's just the one foul so far, as Damian Dickerson knocks in the free throw. It's 21-14 Wetumpka. A pass there from Robinson will go to Smiley. He drives inside the paint, can't make it. Suddeth picks it up, can't draw a foul on his way up, and Prattville manages to get a stop there. Noah Powell gets the board. Here comes Deshaun Hall now. He'll pass to the far corner. Three-pointer that goes for Prattville. Damian Dickerson nails it. It's 21-17. Robinson on the run there, and a whistle blown on the floor. I believe a foul against the Lions. Didn't get a number there on the foul. Goes against Dickerson. Dickerson also able to steal away the inbound. He'll pass it over to Farbs, who's able to lay it in. Quickly cutting it to a 2-point game. Timeout called by Coach Thomas. 6:53 left in the third quarter, and Prattville has cut it back down to just 2 points.
The Lions are definitely making a stand here, making their way up the ladder, but the Indians are going to have to do something here, heat check, whatnot. They need to let the Lions know that they're not done. They were just a little tired.
Lions have been the trailing team for the majority of this. Indians will have possession here. It's 21-19. Chris Robinson will inbound from the far baseline here. He'll give to Ballard. Ballard almost had his pass deflected. Instead, he gets it over to Robinson. Gives to Voiles. His three is just off to the left from the near wing. He misses. Here's Farbs with it. He'll back off. Dickerson giving back to Farbs. 6:30 left in the third. Now Deshaun Hall has it. He passes over to Farbs again. Bounce pass back to Dickerson. Everybody just slowly taking a breather here as Prattville holding on to possession for quite a while. Now Deshaun Hall with it. Hall stepping back. He'll fire one into the paint here. Noah Powell has it. Can't go up enough with it and misses. Chris Robinson has it, but is facing a lot of pressure. He floats a pass now to Jordan Hill, who gives right back to Robinson past the midcourt line. Now a look inside. Tom Suddeth in the post going up and can't get anything against Anthony Cowling. Here comes Deshaun Hall. Pass to the far corner. Three ball well overshot and missed. Jordan Hill can't pick it up off the ground. It is taken by Deshaun Hall there, and it was batted out of bounds, but a foul called against Andrew Voiles.
Although a foul, great hustle there by Andrew Voiles, sliding against the floor just to take the ball from Deshaun Hall to keep the Lions from tying the game up here tonight.
Jordan Hill came out of the game. Jeremiah Smiley enters for the Indians. A three-pointer from the near corner will do more than tie it. Damian Dickerson makes it, gives Prattville a 1-point lead, 22-21. 5:30 left in the third quarter. Indians quickly looking for an answer here. Tom Suddeth in the paint. He'll go up for it, can't find anything, and Deshaun Hall has it.
Props to Dickerson for that three ball there, straight in Andrew Voiles' face.
Dickerson drove down, that was Hall who drove down. He missed a shot. Now the Indians quickly coming down coast to coast, and they will get a goaltend to go in their favor as Jeremiah Smiley went up for it there, had it batted off the glass. But once it hits that glass and you slap it, that's going to easily be called as a goaltend every time. 5 minutes left in the third. 23-22. Prattville leads. Farbs will pass to Dickerson. From the right side, he'll try and drive down inside. He can't get a bucket to go, but again, a foul is called. A lot more fouls here in the start of this second half. This one goes against Caleb Ballard, his third, pardon. A 1-point advantage for Prattville, looking to extend it as Damian Dickerson will shoot 2 free throws. Makes the first. Lombardi comes in the place of Caleb Ballard. He's trying to take a moment to deal with the foul troubles. Second free throw from Dickerson, not quite as fortunate. Suddeth with a rebound, but he is pressured. His pass deflected by Farbs out of bounds. Wetumpka still has it. Prattville has done a really good job with his full court pressure. Lombardi gets it to Robinson, who fires down the court to Suddeth. He'll try and drive in from the right side. Couldn't get it on the first effort. Then a pass there to Smiley. He goes in, can't make a floater, but able to pick it back up is Suddeth. He puts it in. Chaotic possession for the Indians, but they managed to come away with points anyway. 25-23. Indians lead it as Prattville drives inside and ties it back up again. 25 each. Deshaun Hall now takes it away, drives in and jams it down. 27-25. Prattville with the lead. Lombardi has it for the Indians. Indians have it. Chris Robinson. He'll try and drive in, gets stopped up, finds a little bit of space there, and just kind of pushes it into the goal and ties it back up again. 27 each now. 3:30 left to play in this third quarter. Deshaun Hall, he'll pass a three-pointer now from Dickerson. Can't connect. Rebound Robinson. Quickly trying to take off with it. Loses it as it was poked out from behind by Dickerson. Deshaun Hall now will drive in. Tries to go up with the right hand from the right side and can't make it. Battle for the rebound. Sends it out of play in favor of Wetumpka.
A little choppy here for both sides of the court. Not only the Lions, but the Indians are just having a little bit of a rough night here tonight.
Quick pass to Sudduth. Sudduth tries to drive in, draws a foul there, and that is called against Deshaun Hall. And that is a big foul right there. That is 4 fouls now for the star player. No, check that. They didn't give it to him. Boy, he got lucky there. They gave it to Anthony Cowling instead. And that felt like a little bit of a favor there. Deshaun Hall was all over him, but Cowling was in the area. They put it against him instead. Still tied up after Sudduth missed the first free throw. He'll try to give the Indians a 1-point lead here if he can make this one. Got it. 28-27, Wetumpka. Farbs for the Lions. Bounce pass to Hall. Hall has some room on the near side. He'll try and drive in. Pass deflected for a moment by Sudduth. Now he finds a man in the paint and able to put it through is Noah Powell. Lobbing pass there to Chris Robinson. Boy, that was dangerous. Jump ball is called after a tie-up from Deshaun Hall, and Wetumpka gets a mulligan on that inbound. That is a awfully dangerous pass there from Andrew Voiles. Robinson now does get it to Voiles. He lobs it over to Lombardi. Thought about a three, drives down the baseline from the far side, gets it to roll around and go through, and give Wetumpka the advantage again. 30-29 Indians. Farbs trailing by 1 are the Lions. On the near wing right now is Farbs. He'll try and drive in. Has it shut down there by Sudduth. Kicks back out to Powell. Powell will look to go down the paint. He instead draws a foul on the floor, I believe, against Miller Lombardi. And no, they'll give it to Andrew Voiles. Voiles starting to stack up fouls as well, his third. 4 fouls for the Indians here in this quarter. Getting close to the bonus are the Lions. Dickerson gets it in from the baseline to Hall. Now Hall patiently waiting for someone to come open and finds a man. Dickerson pulls a three from the near corner and short arms it no good. Rebound though by Jersey Farbs. He spins back around, drives down the baseline. Can't get his shot attempt to go either as Lombardi fights for the rebound and gets it. Voiles has it. Wide open man in Jeremiah Smiley. Goes up, can't make the lay. There's Sudduth for it though, and he drops it in. Had a wide open man there in Smiley. Gave the Indians numbers and gives them 2 more points.
A great way to just take off of Smiley's mistake there and just to get them those double chance points.
Minute 30 left in the third quarter. 32-29 Indians. Nathaniel Warren for Prattville. He'll pass over to Farbs. Farbs now looks inside. Deshaun Hall again in the paint. He'll go up for it and just easily taps it off the glass to go through. 32-31 now. Pass to Sudduth for the Indians. Wide open Smiley there on the run into the paint. And just a slight misfire. He couldn't keep it in play. An Indians turnover there gives Prattville a chance to take the lead again as they trail the Indians 32-31. A minute and 1 second, now just a minute flat to go in this third quarter.
And Andrew Voiles will make his way out as LT Davis makes his way in for the Wetumpka Indians.
Farbs, he'll pass to Dickerson. Dickerson driving from the right side. Bounce pass into the paint there. Farbs tries to go up with it. Couldn't make it on the first attempt. Second chance is much more successful. 33-32 Prattville now. Pass to Sudduth. Deflected. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Sudduth. And this full court pressure continues to get to the Indians. The passes have just been too slow to get there. And it gives Prattville so much time to go over and get it and knock it out of play. Lions inbounding here. Damian Dickerson gets it. Now Deshaun Hall back to Dickerson on the near corner. He drives in, has his layup rejected by Sudduth. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Indians.
And 4 Indians jumping up there waiting for that ball to go in the air. They are not going to accept that anytime soon.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. Ben Tucker will come in for the first time tonight in the place of Tom Suddeth. Bounce pass inside as Hall tries to lay it through. It takes a friendly roll and goes. 35-32, Lions lead it. LT Davis facing pressure, finds an open man in Ben Tucker. Now he hands to Chris Robinson, driving inside. Can't make the lay on the first effort, gets his own board, goes up, rejected by Cowling. Wetumpka still coming away with it. Here's Tucker in the post, and a foul called on the floor with just under 5 seconds to go. Robinson will inbound here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Multiple substitutions coming for the Indians. Andrew Voiles along with Tom Suddeth, both coming in as LT Davis and Ben Tucker both exit. Voiles from the baseline inbounding. Floating to Robinson. Robinson back to Voiles. He'll pull a three. That one can't go. Prattville gets the board. Time expires, and that's the end of the third quarter. We've got 8 more minutes to go. That quarter won by the Lions. It's 35-32 after quarter number 3 on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Hungry for fresh, flavorful seafood? Come to Wharf Casual Seafood, your local spot for shrimp, crab claws, mahi-mahi, and all your coastal favorites. Looking for a budget-friendly bite? Check out our tasty lunch specials featuring wraps, salads, shrimp, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood, wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
Let RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus help make your home buying or selling experience easy. Kathy Thornton, Chad Barrett, and Beverly Wright are your River Region real estate experts. RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, the official real estate partner of the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Indians led it at the end of each quarter so far up until now. After that third quarter, Prattville has the advantage 35-32, and Chandler, we just heard it a second ago from Coach Thomas himself talking about the lazy turnovers. That has been Wetumpka's only kryptonite so far as they trail by 3.
Yeah, if Wetumpka doesn't step up on those passes, not just bulleting them at each other or just kind of lobbing it to each other, it's going to be a nightmare for them tonight.
Farbs gave to Dickerson, back to Farbs again. Now Deshaun Hall with it for the Lions. Looking to extend what's a 3-point lead right now. They find a man in the near corner. 3-pointer from Farbs off the front of the rim. Goes right back to him as now he drives down the baseline, running out of real estate. Pass back up top. A shot attempt there is good from Noah Powell. They called it a 3-pointer. I thought his toe was on the line, but I guess they'll give it to him. It's 38-32 after the make. 7:22 left as Wetumpka just turned it over again on the inbound. Multiple turnovers from the backcourt here have really cost this Indians team. Farbs with it again for the Lions. Lot of pushing and shoving there in the paint. That's easily going to get called. Anthony Cowling getting into it with Chris Robinson, and he basically threw Robinson out of the paint. Oh, geez. They called fouls on both of them. Chris Robinson got shoved out of the paint and was called for a foul as Anthony Cowling threw him out of the paint. And a double foul there, one against each team.
And I've got to admit, I thought he only called one on Chris Robinson, and I would have been a little confused there. Still a little confused considering Chris Robinson was just trying to get out of it.
He was lined up in the post there just as you normally would be, but I guess that's a little too much here. Farbs with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, beg your pardon. He'll drive inside, kick out top. Powell will pull a 3 from the left side. He misses. Now quickly firing down court. Andrew Voiles spinning, lost control, gives it to Smiley. Now Ballard jamming it down. Absolute flush from Caleb Ballard, and it lights a spark in this Indians team. Jersey Forbes with it again as Prattville still leads by 4, but you can hear Crowd starting to get into it for this Indians team as well. He'll pass to Dickerson up top. 6:20 left in this game. Bounce pass inside. Hall had it for a moment. Goes out of play. Last touched by Deshaun Hall. A turnover from this Prattville team as they still lead by 4.
Coach Thomas not too happy with the refs, saying there should have been a kickball there, but
long pass to Ballard again. He drives in and tries to go up for the lay. Knocked away by Anthony Cowling again. And Wetumpka still having it. They'll inbound from the baseline here. Robinson will float one out top. Smiley pulling a 3. Cannot connect on it. Rebound by Deshaun Hall. Hall now bounce pass into the paint. Goes up for a lay and a nice bucket from Noah Powell. 40-34 now as another lobbing pass there to Caleb Ballard. He tries to save it as it goes out of bounds. Gives it right back to Prattville. Farbs pulls a 2. That will go, and it's 42-34. Timeout called by Coach Thomas as he is clearly frustrated off another one of those same passes that just is begging for a turnover, essentially. You throw it down the court there because you're facing a little bit of pressure, and 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what's going to happen. Prattville takes it away, takes advantage of it as well with 2 extra points to lead by 8.
Yeah, if the Indians don't kind of step up on those passes there, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. They have 5 minutes, 45 seconds left to make a difference here. Down by 8 isn't too much, but if you keep playing lazily like that, it's going to mean a lot.
Coach Thomas standing right in front of us trying to communicate how to inbound it here from the baseline, because that has been the entire reason that Prattville has managed to get back in it and even take a lead, is because the Indians have turned it over so many times there from their own backcourt. Trying to come up with something here to just get back into this. They trail by 8 here as Prattville has clearly picked up all the momentum. Still plenty of time left. They just have got to be a little bit more efficient on the inbounding. 5:46 left to go. Wetumpka will get it inbounds. They give it to Robinson, who's having a really fight against this full court press. Voiles now to Ballard, back to Voiles, to Robinson again. Pass to Smiley. We are in the front court now. He'll try and drive in. He'll pull a 2 that is a low percentage shot, but it is caught by Caleb Ballard on the misfire. He manages to drop it in. 42-36, 5:20 left to play. Deshaun Hall for the Lions. He'll underhand toss it to Farbs, who stands up top being pressured by Voiles. Farbs trying to drive with that right hand. He'll spin around and do it with the left. He passes back out to Powell, who gives it right back to Farbs from beyond the perimeter. Farbs now will drive in again. Tried to step back and look for a shot from the baseline. Couldn't make it. Deshaun Hall is going to be called for a charge, and this time it'll be his 4th foul.
One more foul on the Indians. Indians might just have a good look here. Deshaun Hall is the Lions' best player out there, so it's going to look pretty nice for the Indians if they can get him out.
It would certainly be a benefit, but it's been more than just Hall that's been a problem for this Indians team. It's really just been the defense of this Lions team. Multiple stops from Anthony Cowling, who's managed to multiple times have blocks. Damian Dickerson has stolen it away plenty as well. And Deshaun Hall has been able to help kind of finish off those plays, but Nathaniel Warren, Noah Powell, both have been impact players as well. There's 4:50 left to play now as it's 42-36. Prattville still leads. Wetumpka will have it coming out of the break here. Indians back on the floor. Prattville taking advantage of every second that they can have here. .450 left. They do get the inbound here. Lobbing pass again. Tom Sudduth. They give it over to Smiley. Smiley bounce pass that is dropped there by Ballard. It was a beautiful looking play that just didn't finish off the way they wanted. fired a pass down to Powell under the basket. He went up for it and drew a foul. Couldn't get the bucket. He'll be shooting free throws here in just a moment. Chris Robinson called for his second foul. Noah Powell shooting 2. 4:37 left to play. First free throw from Powell is good. A 7-point advantage now for the Lions as this gym goes silent for a moment. Second free throw rolls around and then finally goes through. They get it to Voiles on the inbound. He brings it up court as Prattville relieves a little bit of that pressure for a moment. Lobbing pass to Caleb Ballard in the paint, goes up and again is rejected by Anthony Cowling. Deshaun Hall with Prattville as they have the 8-point lead. Hall will pass to Dickerson. Dickerson passing back to Hall. We're coming down to the final 4 minutes of play. Deshaun Hall will drive inside, spinning back out, and again, he will retreat. Just running around here and playing around, trying to run clock off at this point. And a timeout is called.
Indians yet to show much care that they're just running around, just Deshaun Hall having his way there. Indians need to press up a little bit here if they're going to keep themselves in the game.
There's 3:50 left to go. It's 44-36, Lions with the advantage. It was Prattville who called the timeout as they have possession. Deshaun Hall essentially burned off about 25 seconds there, just running in circles, essentially. And now Hall will inbound for the Lions. Hall gets it into Dickerson. Works his way back up court. He still has it, looking for someone to pass to. Finds Hall in the paint. No look pass there that doesn't go through on the effort from Cowling to put it in, but Deshaun Hall is there for the grab and the putback, including the foul. He'll get an and one shot coming in just a moment. 3:37 left. And the lead has grown to 10 in favor of Prattville. One free throw coming here in just a moment. And it's good as well. Well, the advantage has grown to 11 now for Prattville as the struggles have kind of stacked upon itself for Wetumpka. Looking for a pass there to Robinson. He'll give it over to Ballard. Ballard goes in with the one-hand jam. And finally, a little bit of life again for this Indians team. They still trail by 9. You could hear it getting quiet. Finally, some noise again for the Indians. But immediately, Prattville finds an answer as Jersey Farbs races down and easily lays one in. Up by 11 again. 3 minutes left to play. Robinson pulls a three. Bottom. Great shot from Robinson. Cuts it back to 8. Indians have their work cut out for them, but they've made a couple shots in a row now to help get back in it. Hall in the paint now, looking for somewhere to go with it. Kicks outside. Three-pointer from the far wing, and that's good as well. Noah Powell makes it. And again, the advantage 11.
Indians in dire need of a couple answers here because it's seeming like one isn't enough tonight.
Robinson pulls another three, this time off the mark. Dickerson got the board, bringing it up now with less than 2:30 to play. Bounce passing over to Farbs. Dickerson now with it with 2:15 left. Back up top. This is Deshaun Hall again. Hall will drive down the paint. He's got a wide open lane there and a foul called as he misses the shot.
A little bit late there, you know. You'd figured they'd call it as soon as he slapped, but I guess not.
I think they got him accurately on that one. Called for the foul there with 2:03 left. Deshaun Hall will shoot 2 free throws with an 11-point lead over the Indians. Free throw is good. As Deshaun Hall and the Lions have come alive here. And they're at the end of the third quarter and carrying into this fourth. They have really been the dominant force. Make sure to stay tuned for our City of Wetumpka post-game show, or pardon me, RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus post-game show. As Farbs will drive inside. He can't make it after that missed free throw. Prattville was able to get the board. They still couldn't take advantage of anything further. Indians in transition had a chance with it with Chris Robinson as he lost control. It went out of bounds, but it was last touched by Prattville. 1:46 left now as Chris Robinson has it for the Indians. He'll step back, thought about a three, gives to Sudduth instead, who lays it in for two. Timeout called by Coach Thomas after the Sudduth bucket. 1:37 left. The Indians have cut it back to 10, but a lot of work to do here in the last 97 seconds of play. Central Alabama Community College is building brighter futures right here at home. With affordable tuition, flexible programs, and campuses across the region, CAC helps students start strong and go far. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success. And a strong showing from this Prattville team here in the second half. Indians have their work cut out for them here as we resume play. Deshaun Hall will inbound to Dickerson. Dickerson racing up court. He'll fire off a pass to Powell. Thought about a three. Drives down the baseline instead. Timeout called by Prattville after just 8 seconds of play there. And Prattville wants to talk about it now too.
As you said, Gavin, Indians have a lot of work to put in. 10 points with 89 seconds left. That's going to be a lot of hard work, but I believe the Indians can do this as long as they stop making those lazy passes and they lock down on that defense.
1:29 left to go. The first step would be to get a stop here. You need a stop, you need a quick bucket, 2 or 3, whichever would do, just to give the team some life. Deshaun Hall inbounding from the baseline for the Lions. He'll float one to Dickerson. Dickerson retreating, facing a lot of pressure. Indians almost fouled, but nearly stole it away instead. Farbs has it now with 1:20 left. He's facing pressure from Chris Robinson, and now Deshaun Hall has it. Hall double covered here. He'll fire one off to Dickerson. Dickerson moving around and now holding on to it. This is Farbs. He'll pass back to Dickerson. 1 minute left on the clock now. Indians just cannot force a stop. They won't foul either. And so Prattville's realizing they don't have to shoot. They can just run around as long as they want here. As Deshaun Hall, 5 seconds, and finally a foul from Chris Robinson. Third foul against Robinson. That one puts Prattville into the bonus. They will shoot 2 free throws here with Damian Dickerson. First free throw off the mark. And you at least get a little bit of a stop here if you're Wetumpka, thanks to that miss. Second free throw is good. It's an 11-point lead now for the Lions. Tried to roll it in, but they still had one man back there to keep them from doing that. Robinson gives to Voiles. Voiles pulls a long three that takes a bounce and can't go. Prattville gets the rebound here with Jersey Farbs. 30 seconds left to go. Dickerson now has it, 25. As we get this one to come to a close. Indians will fall short in this one and end a win streak of 6 games. 15 seconds left as a foul will be called, this time against Miller Lombardi with 12.8 on the clock.
I think y'all had a good time tonight. Make some noise.
Yeah, and with this game closing, that 6-game win streak, like you said, will come to an end, and that will hurt for the Indians, not allowing them to become 10-3, but making themselves 9-4.
12.8 seconds left. Indians have it after both the free throws were made. It's 56-43. Final seconds coming down. Robinson will pull a three-pointer. Can't pad the stats at all. He'll miss that as time will expire. And we go to a final score of 56-43. Prattville gets the victory over the Indians here as the Lions move to 6-6. The Indians fall to 9-4. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Stephen Thomas and wrap things up from Prattville in a 56-43 final score on the Wetumpka Sports Network.
Your future starts at Central Alabama Community College. At CAC, you'll find affordable tuition, flexible class options, and programs that prepare you for careers in healthcare, technology, business, and more. Whether you're working toward a degree, training for a new job, or transferring to a 4-year university, CAC is here to help you succeed. Enroll today and take the first step towards your future with Central Alabama Community College. Visit cacc.edu to learn more.
Hi, I'm Chad Barrett. Growing up here in Central Alabama, I've always believed in doing the things the right way with honesty and hard work. That's exactly how I approach real estate. From your first showing to the closing table, I'll be by your side. Call me, Chad Barrett at RE/MAX Cornerstone.
Are you tired of slow internet? With Central Access, you get the speeds you pay for delivered directly to your door, so you won't get bogged down when your neighbors are online too. Stream, game, work, and video chat. No contracts, no data caps, no price hikes, nothing but an exceptional all-night experience. Check availability today at caecaccess.com. Central Access, your local link to broadband.
We believe in doing things right the first time. That's the promise behind Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Powered by Precision Floor Care, our custom garage floor systems are designed to be tough, stylish, and built for the long haul. With a team rooted right here in the community, we deliver quality you can count on. Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Let them rest on the best. Visit FinishLineGarageFloors.com today.
Hi, I'm Kathy Thornton. I've built my business at RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus by being honest, dependable, and always putting my clients first. If you're ready to buy your first home, sell your current home, or just want to talk about your options, I'd love to help. Reach out today. Kathy Thornton with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, where neighbors become clients and clients become friends.
Safety starts with Montgomery Fire Equipment Company. From inspections and extinguisher service to full fire suppression systems, businesses across Alabama trust our team to protect what matters most. And now, we're hiring. We're looking for new fire technicians to join our team. If you're hardworking and ready to make a difference, this is your chance. Montgomery Fire Equipment, protecting people, property, and progress.
This is the RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus post-game show on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Well, we welcome you into the RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus post-game show. The Indians falling short in this one, 56-43 to the Lions in a tough battle there. They led through the first 2 quarters of play, and then late in that third quarter, that's when Prattville really managed to come alive, and they really took off with it there in the fourth quarter. It's a little bit frustrating, obviously, to see for this Indians team, but again, this is a 7A opponent that you're going up against, a team that you know you're capable of beating, so it feels a little bit, I guess, worse in your mind when you know you're capable of beating a team like this, but there's a lot of talent on this Indians team that just wasn't able to come out on top here tonight. Indians falling now to 9-4. They will have Tallahassee tomorrow night. That game out at Tallahassee High School. We'll have the call of that one tomorrow night as well on 105.1 WRFS, along with the Wetumpka Sports Network Facebook and Wetumpka High Athletics Live. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe to the new channel that we have. Again, if you can recall, our original channel was taken down. We're hoping to try and build back up the following a little bit, get you guys all the content that you deserve for Wetumpka Athletics. We appreciate everybody who is tuned into this one and was able to watch here tonight. Excited for what's to come tomorrow when the Indians take on the Tallahassee Tigers once again. But Chandler, it was really, for Prattville, it was Cowling who had such a strong night from the paint. He was able to really just shut down the majority of what Wetumpka was looking for there on the attack. Multiple times, multiple blocks. Indians just could not seem to take advantage of it.
Yeah, majority of the Indians' points come from the paint, and with Cowling just absolutely dominating them, just not allowing any points down there in the paint really at all. It was just really an upset for the Indians. It's hard to get past that, you know. The Indians' three-point percentage isn't at its highest that it could be, so they result to getting down in the paint. And like I said, with Cowling down there, it's just really hard to continue to play like that.
Indians falling in a final score of 56-43. We'll take a break. When we come back, and we will wrap things up from here as the Indians fall short here tonight. Whether it's an everyday sprain, strain, fracture, or sports injury that doesn't require a trip to the ER, Baptist Ortho now offers urgent orthopedic injury care with walk-in convenience 6 days a week. Visit online at baptisthealth.org. We'll take a break on the Call Your Forward Wetumpka Sports Network.
We believe in doing things right the first time. That's the promise behind Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Powered by Precision Floor Care, our custom garage floor systems are designed to be tough, stylish, and built for the long haul. With a team rooted right here in the community, we deliver quality you can count on. Finish Line Garage Floor Systems. Let them rest on the best. Visit FinishLineGarageFloors.com today.
It's never too late to take the next step. The Central Alabama Community College Adult Learning Program helps adults 18 and older earn their GED or even a high school diploma. You can also prepare for the workforce with short-term certificates in medical billing and coding, medical assisting, pharmacy technician, or hospitality and culinary. Flexible classes fit your schedule, and your future starts today. Visit cacc.edu/adult education or call 256-378-2017. CACC Adult Learning Program. Discover you.
It's the 2025 Model Year Sales Event at Collier Ford. Drive home America's favorites with zero down, 0% APR financing, and no payments for 90 days. That's right. Get into a new Explorer, F-150, Escape, and more without paying a penny up front. And enjoy 3 full months before your first payment. Don't miss out. Come on. Come to Collier.
This is Kathy Thornton with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus. I know buying or selling a home can feel overwhelming, but I promise you don't have to go through it alone. I'll guide you through every detail and keep things simple, clear, and stress-free. When you're ready to make a move in the River region, call me, Kathy Thornton, with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus.
.105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Gavin Baxley alongside Chandler Ward. Indians falling short 56-43 to the Lions here. And we're now joined by head coach Stephen Thomas. And Coach, you took a moment to go talk with the team here just a few minutes ago after the loss. I'd have to know what you kind of expressed to the group after this
one. You want verbatim?
Within radio regulations, if you don't mind.
So, I mean, we're a talented team, and that's what a talented team going to be tough to beat, but we give way too many turnovers. We're too sloppy with passes. We're too careless with passes, and that's what's going to get us beat against better teams. Like when we can't expect to compete at the highest level in 6A and expect to win games against those teams if we just go out careless with the basketball. We work on it every day with what we do with drills, and it has to translate. Against better teams, that's what's going to get us beat.
We kind of overheard you talking over one of those timeouts about the struggles to inbound there, especially in the second half. And it seemed like you maybe drew up a couple things and maybe they just didn't execute the way that you had hopefully planned.
It's the same stuff we run in practice that we've been running for the 4 years I've been here. Just simple press break so we can get it in and go. The moment we set it up and got it, we got a layup. It's just us not executing to the best that we can and just expecting 1, 2, 3 people to make something happen as opposed to getting us set into something, getting up and down the court, not overworking ourselves and putting us in positions to be successful. And that's really the tell of this game. We didn't execute to the best of our ability. We did good on the defensive end to start, but the second half, whenever we can't execute on the offensive end and turn it over, you're giving better teams more opportunities to score the ball.
I do want to look at that first half for just a second. You did hold the lead going into the locker room, held the lead after that first quarter as well. Is there anything you take away from that that's kind of a positive going into tomorrow's game?
We've been playing defense at a high level the last, 10 games, and you saw that with the first half. But like I said, better teams are going to eventually start hitting shots. So you have to be able to take care of the ball. You have to be able to execute at a high level to be able to lean on that defense just a little bit more, especially when they start hitting shots. But when you give them opportunity after opportunity after you defend at a high level, you're going to get tired. And that's what happened tonight. We just gave Prattville way more opportunities in the second half, and we couldn't match it on the offensive end because we were turning the ball over.
Coach, appreciate you taking the time. Looking forward to tomorrow's game.
All right, thank you.
That was our talk with head coach Stephen Thomas as the Indians fall short 56-43. RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus with Beverly Wright, Kathy Thornton, and Chad Barrett. They're your hometown real estate experts with RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus. Want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight for the final time. Gavin Baxley and Chandler Ward. The Indians falling short 56-43. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night. The Indians will take on Tallahassee with our broadcast beginning roughly around 5:30. Whenever the JV matchup ends, we will immediately start about 10 minutes prior to tip-off of the girls' game, and then we'll have boys coverage as well tomorrow again at Tallahassee. And for tonight's matchup, though, a 56-43 final. Thanks for tuning in. Go Indians. All Wetumpka Indians athletics events are proudly brought to you on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
This has been a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network, home of the Wetumpka Indians. Presented by RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, Central Alabama Community College, and the City of Wetumpka. Sponsored in part by Collier Ford, Central Alabama Community College, RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, Baptist Health, and Baptist Ortho Now. The City of Wetumpka, Central Access, Russell Do-It Center, State Farm Agent Jackson Hagan, Wharf Casual Seafood, First Community Bank, Montgomery Fire Equipment Company, CAC Adult Learning, and Precision Floor Care. The Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network is a product of Radio Alabama Sports and Radio Alabama. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening.